Are you kidding me?
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ready?
Happy Friday.
It's here. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
So, I didn't.
Tell us what we're drinking, Tim.
So that we took a shot of Fireball and rum chata, which is supposed to be cinnamon toast crunch,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's spot on.
It was pretty good.
I don't have any complaints.
No, it's festive.
I would absolutely do that again.
Oh,
Whoa.
don't tease me now, Ash.
Listen, we're just starting, so we can come back to it.
I would absolutely do that again.
So you don't mind the Fireball in that one?
No, it really does supply the cinnamon spice part of it. That's good.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all.
So I think it would be better chilled though.
For sure.
So if we do want to take another one later, I think we should chill it.
That's fine.
Okay. Right. I'm glad you all liked it.
Tim,
it was good.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
So listen, we're here at episode 3.
Episode 3.
No, what are we? Already slurring my words. Oh man, and we actually brought a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
Well, after last week's episode.
Yeah, that's true. Apparently I was annoyed, but I don't buy it. I did want to touch, now that you talk about last week, I did want to touch on the childhood toys, like what we played with and not even collected, but growing up. And Ash, you were talking a lot about Power Rangers and some other stuff with Dan. So I wanted to know, because me and Tim kind of had the same stuff growing up. Like, what were you into?
Which age range should I start at?
Middle school? I don't know. Once you really were old enough to decide, hey, this is what I want at the toy store.
I would say it would be before middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say, as we get started here, this may not be as big of a deal to y'all, but the fact that we have already passed 100 views on YouTube,
Yeah,
that makes me happy.
The thing is, I wonder who it is, because you can look at the analytics on there.
Right.
It's not a lot of people. I think it's just the amount of times we keep watching it. Do you think?
You think that we've clicked on it 100 times?
No.
I've maybe watched it. Like I probably clicked on it 3 times or 4 times.
I guess it's just hard to believe for me.
I think podcasts are just really popular. So when people search podcasts, they probably just scroll and scroll.
It seems like YouTube has, with how it will show you the number of viewers, that there's also a map that will tell you, hey, you had someone in Russia watch and you had someone in South America watch. I want to look at that later. But I feel like even if between the 2 episodes, each of us looked at or tapped on the video 15 times.
Yeah, that's true.
Then that's only 45. So anyway, I thought that was for only 2 videos.
I will say our first episode is getting like 5 or 6 views a day.
Right.
Really? It like moves pretty quick. Like I think it's at 67 or 68.
Yeah, it was at 67 last time I checked.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, like overnight it'll get like 5 or 6 views.
That's pretty cool.
So I don't think it's us.
No.
At least not for the majority.
Yeah. I guess I'm just trying to find an excuse for it not being.
For our failure?
Yeah, it's not failure.
No, I'm all for realism. I don't want it to be like we had 100 people listen to our thing, because I know that's not it. But anyways, okay, so returning to the topic as I...
supposed to do that into the mic.
Oh, we can hear it.
Oh, I hope so.
We can definitely hear it. It was perfect. Every time it's the only time Ash's mic ever spikes, or peaks, is when you see it. He's like talking and it's kind of like a little bit, and then loud, like a big wave.
Look at that pour.
Dude, he's getting better and better.
That's probably the best. And then he puts his can on the coaster.
It's backwards, man.
That's a good pour, though, Ash.
You're nuts.
All right, let me recover from that.
Was great.
Okay, so
Toys.
growing up, really and truly, Power Rangers was huge.
Mm-hmm.
When I was I was playing with Power Ranger action figures until I started middle school in 7th grade. And it was a quick realization that, oh, all right, 7th and 8th graders don't play with Power Ranger action figures. And that was a somewhat sad realization for me because I had to kill that part. But Power Rangers for sure, Pokemon, Star Wars.
So you collected Star Wars toys also? Not collected, but play with them?
I had Star Wars action figures, but I was more so into, because Tanner and I were close in age, we bought those $15 lightsabers from Target, and we would fight with them all the time and watch Episode 1 religiously. I always liked Qui-Gon, and he always liked Darth Maul. And the lightsaber duel in that, I think, is still one of the best lightsaber fights.
It is. The song specifically, Duel of the Fates is what it's called.
And the way that it starts, there's the stare off, and they shed their coats. And each one, it's like in succession, light up, you know?
Yeah.
But not so much toys for Star Wars, but definitely toys for Power Rangers. And then Pokemon was the trading cards. To a lesser degree, Batman. I always liked Batman more than other heroes, but I would say that would be the bulk of what I was into.
Yeah, cool.
Not far off from y'all. I do remember the Star Wars trading cards when we were at People's, and when I was doing safety patrol in 6th grade, having those cards and all of us being in the entryway of the school building, like standing out there, and everyone was trading, and Tanner was into it at the time.
It was so funny because when people would bring their stuff to school, they would just have this big clump in their pocket of just like a stack of cards.
Yeah.
And we would just bend and push them into our pockets and wait till we could trade them. And I was like,
God. That was it's something so cool. It's like an innocence about a child. You don't think about collectability. You enjoy whatever it is for all it's worth.
That's right.
You know? Now, I have a hard time thinking about, like, when I have a kid one day, going to the toy store to buy him a toy and being like, this may be worth something someday. Maybe I shouldn't let him open it.
Right.
I'm sure it's going to be easily detached when I'm doing it in the moment. But
how do you think my dad felt?
I know. I don't know. And he's so good about it even now.
Yeah.
He gifts even already valuable toys to kids in your family. He's so good about it.
Yeah.
I've always thought about that. Like, it's so cool.
He says the memories are better than the value.
Yeah, and it's 100% true, I'm sure.
And I think if, like, when the time comes, like, you'll, like, just throw collectability out the window.
Yeah.
I think so.
Or just buy him 2 of everything and put one in the closet.
Not a bad idea, though.
I know. Yeah, but anyway, I just thought that was cool. Listening back to the episode last week kind of made me think about it. Like, man, I don't really know Ashton back then, you know? So I just wanted to...
Dan is probably the first person since I got out of Power Rangers in middle school that has seen the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie and remembers characters and all that.
Yeah.
So I texted Tanner after the show and, you remember so-and-so and so-and-so? And he's like, oh, yeah.
That's cool.
So that was fun last week. But I would say, too, that Power Rangers had that Japanese element, even though it wasn't out front. Probably the most overt thing in it was the fighting, the martial arts, but I think that also had something to do with it. I've always had this, so I think I've traced back my love for Japan to 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
Did either of y'all have, it may have been afterwards, Mrs. Weibel?
I think Tim did.
I had her in 2nd grade.
Okay, so you were there then.
Yeah, I got there in 1st grade.
Okay, so I'm curious if you remember this. When she had my class, which would have been the year before you, she had just gotten back from Japan. And one of the first things she showed us at the school year were some photos that she had actually had developed in almost poster size. There was no computer up on a projector showing images or whatever, but she had pictures of Mount Fuji that she told us that she had climbed, and other images of scenery and things. And I remember that just absolutely grabbing me. So I think I have her to owe for opening that door to me, and I've been bitten by that bug ever since. But I think that may be subconsciously why I like Power Rangers so much, is because it had that Japan.
Yeah, and when you talked about it last week, Billy, I talked to him later, I think it was the day after, and we were talking about it again. He goes, man, I can totally see why Ashton was into that growing up, because he knows your love for Japan and that, part of the world. And he was like, I could totally, I would have totally guessed that Ashton would have been into it growing up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that confirms it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Same with Ninja Turtles. He said Ninja Turtles is along the same line. The same fighting art style, and it's anime. Technically it is anime, right? Sounds right.
So anime is more there are people that would argue this, but a source term. So if it comes from Japan,
okay.
The Japanese call it anime, which is just short for animation. And there are camps of people that say, like, if it comes from Japan, it's called anime, and you can't be from America and make anime.
Okay.
But then there are people that say, no, it's stylistic. You can do it. But it's like, if you drink a bottle of wine that was grown in California and it says French wine on it, is it French wine?
I say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
okay.
there's a big debate over that. But
now, how do you feel?
Oh, I think it's absolutely
origin,
source,
place of origin.
Yeah. But if I don't know if Japan ever produced any Ninja Turtles, did they?
I have no idea. And it's interesting because it's Turtles. The show is based in New York, Manhattan specifically, but everything about it is reminiscent of Japan and samurais and karate and all that stuff. So it's interesting how they kind of got a foot in both camps. But I think you're right. I guess it may just be animated, like an animated TV show, really. Yeah, because it was written in, I don't know where Eastman and Laird's from, but I mean it's definitely from America.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was cool.
And they have Italian names.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
they're all over the place.
This wonderful mixture of things. So yeah, it's cool.
Cool, man. All right, well, listen, we had something really big happen this week. NFL season started.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, Thursday.
One game, Bills at Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be a better game than it was. It started out good, but the Rams acted like they did not know how to throw a football.
We went into halftime 10-10.
Didn't he have 2 interceptions in the first half?
Not in the first half.
I think he threw all
They
of his...
each had one, I know that.
And honestly, both of those interceptions were like... It went into their target, but he just couldn't grab it, and it went right to the defender.
Oh, okay.
But I think Stafford had like 3 or 4 interceptions total.
Really?
He threw a lot.
Really? Okay, here we go. I'm looking up. I'm going to bring up some of the stats while we're talking.
Jesse's about to prove me wrong. It looked like in the first half, even though they went in tied, that the Bills were playing better.
100%. And I think
they looked better.
I mean,
overall,
I'm not going to say it's all one player, but I feel like because Odell wasn't on the field, I feel like he just didn't have a lot to work with as much as he did last year.
Cooper Kupp was definitely carrying.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That man was on fire. How many yards did he have?
Jeez.
Because
Cooper Kupp had 128 yards.
And they only had 10 points.
13 receptions.
Like, that's a lot of yards.
Yeah, and the touchdown that he caught was crazy. It was one of those corner of the end zone, and they show it in slow motion, and it looks easier than what it was. But when you watch it in real time, it's like, how do those guys have the awareness to catch it and then make sure that both of their feet are in bounds and then fall over? Like, you're going to fall. Think about when you know you're about to fall, how you just like freeze.
With the tiptoes right at the end in the back. Yeah.
So it's like keeping your balance, having the awareness of where the ball's at, catching the ball while also maintaining a specific position of your feet, and then falling and holding onto the ball.
It's got to be so ingrained in their heads. They must practice that drill 1,000 times a year. You know?
I mean, the whole action is probably a second or less of catch, fall.
Yeah.
But it
looks crazy. Like in live.
Yeah.
Like slow motion, it looks like, oh, okay, I see it now.
Right.
But when it's like full on, it's crazy.
And it's like, it's so cool because if you watch it, they're not looking down at the out of bounds line and then looking back up the ball. Mm-hmm. They know going into that play exactly where the out of bounds line is.
Yep.
You know, it's just so mechanic for them. Like he knows exactly where to put it. He knows exactly where he's going to be on the field when he catches the ball. I don't ever see them look down at the line, at the out of bounds line.
No. After seeing last night, I think the Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl.
I know.
There's no one else.
31-10, right?
Yeah. Against the Rams.
I think they asked I think it was 11 NFL analysts on ESPN, who talk about it every Sunday. And 5 or 6 of them picked the Bills. So it's like a majority of even the specialists are picking them.
And they got more defense over the offseason.
Yeah.
So they
look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the only way they would lose if like last season they played the Chiefs in that crazy game in the AFC or was it the championship?
AFC championship. It was going into the championship.
Yeah,
right?
It was one game before, right?
Oh, one game before. You're right.
Yeah, because they played the Bengals after.
Right.
But yeah, I still can't believe that game either last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Stafford had 3 interceptions.
Yeah. And I think he threw
7 sacks.
I think he threw all 3 in the second half.
The sacks were a problem.
I mean, Josh Allen had 2 interceptions. Like they
just couldn't do anything on offense.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so the opening drive, I just watched the first quarter, and the opening drive, they did not have a negative play. I think it was 9 plays for 70-something yards. Every play was positive yardage. It was amazing to me. And then even the Rams were doing that up until they got stopped, but they had 6 or 7 plays straight where they were getting positive. Like both teams were looking really good in the beginning. But I don't know, unless the Rams just had a bad game, they didn't look like they did last year.
No.
Nowhere near.
I think that we do have to cut some amount of slack for it being the first week. Mm-hmm. But we'll just have to watch and see what happens. The Bills, though, really came out looking good.
Yeah.
Just looking at the Bills' schedule for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. They play the Titans next week.
Easy win.
The Dolphins. The Ravens, which I think will be a good game. Ravens look really good also.
They do.
They play the Chiefs in a couple weeks from then. Packers, Vikings, Pats. So, and actually their last game is with the Patriots too. But I only see like 3 losses that they might get. Like, and that's a might.
Jeez.
Ravens, Chiefs. But I mean, I honestly think they could only lose like 1 or 2 games this year if they really
stay healthy too.
Yeah. So,
and I like Josh Allen.
Yeah,
I do too.
Like he just looks like he's having fun while he's playing too. I don't know. There's something about him, but
and I don't know if you said you only watched the first quarter.
Yeah.
But I think like in the third or fourth quarter, he had this play where he was running, and he literally just like threw it off 1 foot and he lobbed it all the way towards the end zone. And I think it was Diggs who caught it. But I was like, he looked like he barely even threw that thing, and it went like 40 yards.
How many years is he in? Is he pretty fresh?
I want to say like 4 years in.
Yeah, I would say 3 to 4.
Like gotcha.
Yeah, I think he's around the same time as Mahomes went in.
Gotcha.
If not a year or 2 later. But yeah, I think it's their year this year. So
all right,
we'll see how the rest of the year goes because anything can happen apparently.
Yeah. So we got the rest of the schedule pulled up for Sunday, which I consider that like the big day. Like It's kind of weird that they start on a Thursday for opening NFL season. Is that weird, you think?
I wish they did games on Friday and Sunday.
I wish they would just start on Sunday and then go
But-
Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. You know?
Monday night too.
Didn't they used to do Wednesday night or Tuesday night? They don't
I think
do that
they did
anymore, right?
Wednesday for a little while.
They did. I guess they don't do that anymore since Amazon got Thursday night.
But I guess they can't really do any weekend games on Friday and Saturday because of college.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, we got the schedule coming up. So the first game of Sunday is Browns-Panthers. Who do you think's going to win?
Why don't we go around the table and just run through the 1 o'clock games?
Okay. Like who's going to win, you think? Like our picks?
Yeah. We got... I think
Browns. I think it's going to be tight, but I think Browns.
Don't forget who's on the Panthers now.
That's why I chose it.
I'm going to go with Jesse. I think
Oh,
Browns
wait.
win also.
What did I pick?
You forget who you picked?
I picked the Panthers. That's so dumb. Why?
Oh
Here
my
we go
God.
again with clueless sports Jesse. Yeah, I picked the Panthers. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I also
Panthers.
pick the Panthers.
All right. I
3
think
for
Browns
3?
will win.
Really?
Yeah. There's no way Mayfield's coming out game 1 on a new team and
Really?
winning. Nope.
So who's the Browns quarterback now? I should have known this, shouldn't
I don't think so.
I
I?
don't
Is he
know.
like a backup or something? They didn't get anyone big. Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
All right. I guess I'm looking it up. Quarterback. It says Jacoby Brissett from that we had at the Patriots. There's him.
That's his starting. That's who's starting?
Joshua Dobbs and Kellen Mond. It doesn't say who's starting.
Ooh.
Wow.
8:30 game Sunday night is Bucks Cowboys. That's gonna be pretty
jump
spicy.
all the way to the bottom of the list already.
I'm just browsing through the schedule.
Okay. All
Just
right. Let's go.
browse.
49ers Bears. I'm gonna go 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, 49ers.
Okay. Easy. Steelers Bengals. I think that's pretty obvious.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals. Yep.
Eagles Lions.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Lions don't get any wins.
Yeah,
know.
Detroit's had a rough
Ever.
years. Philadelphia wins that one.
Ever. Colts Texans. I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Colts.
Kind of a
Matt Ryan
Matt Ryan
starting.
They also have Rodrigo Blankenship
Mhm.
kicking, who was the former All-Star for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Mhm.
I like Blankenship.
Okay. Colts Texans.
We just did that one, Jess.
Did we?
Yep.
Just get it
Interesting.
together.
we're on the
I hate
Pats.
sports.
We're on the Pats and Dolphins.
Yeah, Pats Dolphins. I'm feeling a bit optimistic about that week.
I'm,
gonna go with the
Yeah,
Pats.
Pats win that one.
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
I think the Pats win that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Tua is not beating.
Amateur hour.
He's not beating Bill.
Okay. Ravens Jets.
Ravens.
100%.
Sorry, Dan, but I'm going to pick the Ravens. Jaguars and the Commanders.
Jags.
I like the way you said Jaguars.
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 I think Trevor Lawrence. I think he'll do good.
Really?
Really? I picked the Commanders.
I'm going Washington. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Who's their quarterback these days?
I don't know.
Oh.
Ashton doesn't either.
Okay.
Saints Falcons. Ash, how do you feel about
Saints.
it? Yeah, me too.
As much as I want the Falcons
Saints,
to win, they won't win.
Yeah. All right. So then we're moving to the mid-afternoon
A
games.
little bit better games.
Giants Texans.
Titans.
Titans 100%.
Did I say Texans?
You did. It's
All
okay
right.
though.
Chiefs Cardinals. Chiefs, I think. What do you
No,
think?
I say Cardinals.
I think that one's probably the hardest one so far.
I say Cardinals.
Wow.
I like
Tiebreaker,
I like
Ash.
Kyler Murray a lot.
I've got faith in Mahomes, so I'm going to say Chiefs.
There you go. Commanders quarterback is Carson Wentz.
Oh,
Remember he went there.
Yeah,
Talk about amateur hour.
Yeah.
yeah. I still say the Jags.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with Commanders. Raiders Chargers. I don't
Chargers.
really know. You think so?
Justin Herbert's great. I like him a lot.
Interesting. I'm going to go with Tim's pick. He convinced me.
I think the Chargers had if I'm not mistaken, 11 or 12 wins last season.
Really?
I thought they did pretty well. Yeah.
I like the Raiders quarterback, so I'll say Raiders.
All right. The next one I'm looking forward to. Packers Vikings.
Packers.
all
Even
day.
though it's usually a blowout, it's always fun watching them two play.
Yeah.
Always like it. All right. Then the headliner. Tom Brady against the Cowboys.
Is Tom playing week 1?
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
I thought he was out for a couple weeks. Family things.
No, that was
he's come back.
Oh,
that
he's
was
come back.
That was just practice.
practice.
He's not
Oh.
gonna miss the games.
I say Cowboys.
You bring what?
Yeah.
No chance, right?
They are playing in Dallas. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Listen, I know everybody likes the Bucks, but the Bucks struggled a lot last year.
I'm going to say 27-21 Cowboys.
I'm writing that down. 27-21. All right. Monday Night Football. Broncos Seahawks.
Ooh.
I cannot wait for this game.
Ooh, Ash, throw out the first one.
This is literally a toss-up for me.
Broncos won.
Give us a score.
I don't think it will be high scoring. Let's go 18-15.
I'm going to say 21-14 Seahawks. That's what I'm going with.
21-10 Broncos.
Write it down. So I'm alone in this one.
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson's just too big of a playmaker to. And
he's going to want to.
He's going to want.
But he's at Seattle.
I know. Listen, if anybody knows that, he does. But I think he pulls it out. I don't even know who the Seahawks got as their quarterback.
Do you know?
No.
Dang it.
So
I picked the wrong team, I think. I'm sticking with it.
all
I'm
right.
sticking with it. We'll see what happens. Did you see that video of Pete Carroll signing whoever he was signing and ripped his shirt off and then shook his hand? Did you see that clip? It was a weird clip.
No.
Whoever he signed, it was in like a locker room. The player was signing the contract, but he didn't have a shirt on. And then Pete Carroll rips his shirt off and then shakes his hand like he was like all into it. You didn't see that either?
No.
It was a weird clip.
Was Pete chewing gum?
Yes.
Of course he was.
yeah.
When doesn't he chew gum?
Yeah, seriously.
But if we want to stay on the football talk, I want to talk about college football last week.
Yeah.
The only game I was disappointed in is that Ohio State beat Notre Dame. But
Why were you
other than
disappointed in
that, because I don't like Ohio State.
Yeah, I wanted Notre Dame to win that.
Yeah, but there was no chance they were going to win, right?
It was a tie game at the half.
Yeah, it was
but
close.
it's Notre Dame.
They were number 5.
Yeah. But here's what I learned over the weekend. I didn't know they're not in a division. So they basically kind of just circle around everything
They
else.
have
and then make it to
talented
the playoffs,
players, just not
right?
talented enough for I think there's a difference between top 3, Georgia, Alabama, and Ohio State versus Notre Dame. I don't think they're top 5. I think they're
Yeah.
maybe in 15 to 20 range.
Yeah. Who was I just listening? Were we talking about this, or was I listening to something else that said anytime Notre Dame, they're like a good team, but when they play really good teams, they never beat them?
Yeah. That's
That seemed what
100% true.
It seemed like Ohio State was just playing on a different level.
But sometimes they have good games, but it just
Yeah.
wasn't that. I mean, Ohio State didn't play good either. They played pretty trash. In fact, they played like trash that they got D-ranked to 3 or 4.
even if they won, they still went down.
Yeah. Dang. Georgia got bumped
There was
up.
no reason Georgia should have stayed below them. That was definitely what needed to happen.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, Georgia looked incredible. I mean, it didn't they got rid of all their players went to the draft basically,
They
10
lost
or 11
15
players.
starters.
15. And they didn't look like they missed a beat.
No.
They look great.
Their defense really
Yeah.
I was impressed with their defense.
Listen, I may be a Georgia Bulldog fan by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, what happened to last year?
I don't know.
Don't you have a Braves hat too?
No.
Aren't you a Braves fan now?
No.
Oh.
I don't have anything Braves. What are you talking about?
I thought you got a hat. Didn't you say, guess I'm a Braves fan?
No.
At UPS? No? Was that just me?
What?
I thought you had something.
Oh, yes, a customer. after they won, I didn't think I ever told you this. After they won, she gave me a hat and 2 tumblers.
So I'm not crazy.
Like world championship. Yeah. You're right. You're totally right. I did have a Braves hat. I think I might have given it to someone who's an actual Braves fan.
Okay.
I don't know where that
But
hat
you did
is.
say, guess I'm a
I
Braves
did.
fan
I said,
now.
I guess I'm a Braves fan now.
Was it a World Series hat?
Yeah.
Man, you should have kept that.
Probably.
Some of those things are really reselling
Yeah.
for a lot.
I don't even know where it is. I don't know if I gave it to someone or what. But yeah, just like this nicest old lady I deliver to all the time. But yeah, she gave me 2 like nice tumblers, like tin tumblers and then a hat. She was like, stay right there. I got something for you. And came back. It was awesome. Yeah. I wore it rest of the day. Took my UPS hat off. Anyway,
Chop on, Jess.
I guess so.
Stetson Bennett looked really good.
Yeah. He looked way more comfortable in this game than he did all last season.
Yep.
Like he looked like he was just having fun.
Yep.
So I'm excited for this year. They don't play Alabama. They don't play Texas A&M.
Ever?
No, not in the regular
In the
season.
regular season? Wow.
So the only way they would play either one of them is if they go to the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
Really, they have an easy schedule. They don't play anybody
Really?
at all, Georgia. So they should make it to the SEC championship game.
To play Alabama.
The only 2 teams that they play that are ranked in the top 25 is Florida and Kentucky. They're both in the top 25.
Wow.
Which Florida barely beat the team they played this week.
But Florida was unranked and Utah was number 7.
Utah. Utah.
Yeah.
Did they play Utah? No. Alabama played Utah, didn't they?
No.
Utah State.
No, not Utah State. Utah.
Oh, there's a difference? Utah University?
I mean, all I know is Alabama played a no-name. They won 55-0.
Yeah. I think it was Utah State they played.
Florida played Utah,
Gotcha.
number 7 ranked. Florida won by 3. So Florida was unranked last week. They're now ranked number 12.
Yep,
Jeez.
Tim's right.
So
Okay.
apparently they played really well. So I think Georgia, Florida play in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So we can watch that game.
Yeah. I'd get together to watch that
So
one.
that's the only other ranked team they play the whole year.
Is it the weekend we're at the cabin? September 30th?
That's a good question.
31st, maybe?
The October 1st game is
October.
Georgia and Missouri.
Oh, okay.
They don't play Florida till October 29th.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I always enjoy college football.
It was nice like sitting down in like Dan's house and we turned the football game on and it was like we just ended a party, like a kids party we had, so it like just got quiet. I had my hoodie on, like relaxing. I was like, dude, this season's coming up. Like it's going to be pretty awesome. It's a good feeling. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a good feeling when sports come around because that's when Halloween starts, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. It's all the good things in one,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the start. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So, are we getting together on Sunday for football?
This Sunday?
Yeah.
To be decided. I might go to work.
On Sunday?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to Florida Friday.
Oh, that's right.
So we'll see.
All right.
I'll let you know.
Yash? Dan's bringing a second TV in his in his room because he said, I think he said the Jets and Patriots play at the same time.
They do. And the Falcons. They all play at 1:00.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know why Dan wants to watch the Jets. The Ravens are going to just
demolished, I know.
destroy them.
Poor Dan. We shouldn't be bashing him on this.
What time is this?
What do you mean?
30 minutes in?
33?
Dan's not going to listen 30 minutes into this. It's fine.
Are you going to come by?
Yeah, I think I'll do. I will,
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have my jersey by then. It's coming in tomorrow. I purchased a Mac Jones Patriots jersey.
Home
Coming in.
home jersey.
Home jersey.
It's a good
Speaking of jerseys, Tim, we need to talk about this. Ashton walks in the kitchen near an hour ago and says, I made a purchase, and walks around the corner and is wearing the sickest Aaron Judge jersey I've ever seen.
Yeah, I love that color.
Didn't tell any of us. This is going back to episode 1 when we all decided if he was going to break the home run record, we were all going to get jerseys.
So is this your jersey purchase instead of an NFL jersey purchase?
No, I'll get an NFL jersey.
Good.
Also,
Good.
It just looks
Have me
really
worried.
good.
It looks amazing, and it sold me on it. I'm officially, for the second time, announcing that I'm going to get.
We're only 7 hits away. 7 runs away.
So he's at 56. Is that what you said?
55.
55.
He needs 7 more.
How many games are left?
Like 28.
So he's breaking the record. So a purchase will be made within the next 2 weeks, I'm assuming.
I think 2 or 3 weeks he'll break it.
Hey, I can shoot you a link.
Shoot me a link. How much? If you don't mind me asking, how much was it? 150? 6?
130.
Really?
Not bad at all.
So you didn't get it off MLB's website? It was on Fanatics?
So the MLB store is owned by Fanatics,
Okay.
even though they're separate websites. And I checked MLB store and Fanatics, and they had the exact same products.
For a different price, though.
No,
you
it was the
notice?
same price.
See, last time I checked on that one, it was $159.
It's not now.
Wow. All right. Interesting.
Jess, you going to get it early?
Did you happen to get a coupon code when you made an order? Because when I ordered mine, they were like, hey, here's 30% off your next order.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I didn't get an email coupon code.
Gotcha.
Ash, do you already own a Braves jersey? Because I'm surprised you purchased a
No, he doesn't.
Judge jersey before Braves jersey. I'm surprised you didn't get one when they won the World Series.
Yes. Yeah, I probably should have.
Yes.
Did you get a hat?
I wish in hindsight that I had. I do have a hat. I wish in hindsight that I had bought a Freeman jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Probably still can, right?
Probably resell, but not
Oh, yeah.
not a Braves.
Yeah, I'm on the website anymore.
Braves jersey.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen,
Yeah. So,
it's going to happen.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to
You
get
think
it.
so?
Almost
Yeah.
choked.
Now, listen, are you going to order one?
I'll order one before you order one.
I don't believe you.
I follow
You don't
sports more
spend
than
money.
you. If I know the minute he breaks the home run, I'll just buy it.
I don't believe that at all.
You don't?
No.
Okay. I will prove you wrong so fast.
I don't believe it, Ash.
All right.
All right.
Listen,
I'll be waiting.
I keep
I'll
up
be waiting
with
for
sports.
the screenshot. That's all I'm saying.
I'll send a screenshot to everybody except you, so you're surprised.
No. You need to send it to me because I need to know when to order mine.
So you're saying you won't order yours until I order mine?
Yeah.
I'll know when he breaks the record, and I'll just send the.
Send a link to
Link.
both of us.
Ashton, no need to send me the link. I'll already know.
Oh, stop it. You and your nonsense. Are we done talking about this crap?
Are you kidding me?
What?
Crap.
So, Jess, after tax, it was $144.93.
All right.
You just have to work a Friday and you're good.
Yeah, just one Friday. That's
Just
all I need.
one. That's all I'm asking is one Friday from you.
That's fine. I can do that. We'll make it work. Ashton's on his second already. I need to catch up.
Tim's completely empty over there.
I'm just
Yeah, why don't you top off? I did just listen. I'm waiting for something in the mail, and
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
delivered something.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: I don't know what it is.
Because you ordered so many things.
This
No.
late at night?
I just can't remember.
Yeah, why does your
our-
mailman come at 7
They
o'clock?
suck lately. I don't know what it is. They're awful lately. Yesterday they delivered after dark. I don't know what's going on.
They must be short
It's
staffed.
like Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know. On the contrary,
Speaking of
I-
Amazon, though,
yeah.
tell us your thoughts on Lord of the Rings. Because me and
Oh.
Ashton,
Did you watch it?
I did.
you watched both episodes?
Yes.
Oh,
Watched the second one last night.
Oh my! Wait, before you start this, we don't have to talk about it. I just want to know: did you watch episode 3 of House of Dragons?
3.
Episode 3 that came out last week.
Yes. Yeah, I did. Yeah. When what happens at the end?
The
He
fight.
kills the crab guy.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Which
that,
I have thoughts on that too. I don't know if we want to get into that later.
well, we'll come back. Lord of the Rings, though.
Okay. So, we did watch it. Expectations were pretty low because everybody's been bashing it. The first episode was not the most entertaining, but I found that to be common with shows like this. They have to set up a lot of stuff. And The Lord of the Rings has an insane amount of backstory that we just don't know right now, unless you've read the books. But it looked beautiful. I think it didn't look cheap like how like the X1 Bros described Wheel of Time. Everything looked cheap and the costumes are crap. I think it looked really good. One thing I didn't like about it, so getting into the second episode, the first episode is basically all people meeting people, backstory. There was nothing entertaining about it, but I feel like you had to watch it. The second episode, there is an orc, I believe, that comes in. I don't know if it's considered an orc or not, but it looks like one, you know? it didn't look as gruesome as Lord of the Rings orcs did back in the day. It almost looked like almost like a CW version, like cleaned up kind of, but still looked dirty. It was hard to explain. I wasn't happy with how they designed the orcs. You didn't see the whole army yet. At least I didn't. So I don't really know, once you see the whole army, maybe it's a little different. That's one thing I didn't like. It almost looks like they're hiding all the like messiness in a weird way. But you get to see the dwarves for the first time in the second episode. You get to see the mines. I think it's the mines of Moria, do you remember? Is that what it's called? I don't remember, but they have a whole village. Basically, their whole world is inside this mountain. And it's amazing inside. Like you go inside and it's incredible. It's all dwarves. They're acting like, they're just like all drinking and like exactly what you would imagine. The dwarves looked amazing. I'm liking the second episode got me back into it. First episode, I was like, this is so boring. I don't know if I'm going to be into it. So my opinion is I like it. I feel better about it after watching it than from hearing people talk about it. So I can't really go into in depth on a lot of like the names and where they're from and stuff because it's a lot thrown at you in the first two episodes.
So you'll keep watching it?
Yes. Not like, it just dropped, I'm watching it now. But I'll make time to watch it. Yeah. I think it was good. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Savannah liked it a lot.
I'll let you be my eyes and ears for that show.
Even though you don't like stuff I like or don't. We have two completely different opinions.
I won't watch it. I just want to know your view on it because we both like Lord of the Rings. We all like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And those movies are going to be hard to beat. So I want to see how well Amazon.
Yeah. So far, they haven't destroyed the IP of Lord of the Rings. They haven't done anything to take away from the movies. But then again, we're only 2 episodes in. Who knows?
Do we know how many episodes they did for season 1?
I don't.
Okay.
But again, I'll keep up with it. It's a lot of new people. Like no one is, returning from the old movies, obviously, because they're all new characters. But we'll see. Yeah. Speaking about things that we don't agree on, we all watched Kill Bill this past week. This was Tim's movie pick.
Yes, Kill Bill.
So before we get into it, we're starting this new thing where every week we're going to pick a movie. We're going to go around the table. Each of us pick a movie every, alternating weeks. Tim's pick was Kill Bill by Quentin Tarantino.
I have been wanting to see this movie for probably a decade.
What held you back?
I just never watched it. I don't know what to tell you.
Never got
movies.
around to it?
Movies. I don't know what it is with movies. Like I just rather put on a TV show.
Yeah.
And just leave it on in the background. Watch it every now and then. But like when you watch a movie, especially Quentin Tarantino, you have to be fully involved and not do anything else.
I agree.
And that's just hard, especially like after work all day. You come home, you don't want to just like be very like focused on a screen.
Yeah, totally.
But I did do it Wednesday, full on, and I was not disappointed.
There are 2 mailmen in my neighborhood right now. This is what's nonsense about it.
You just got more stuff.
2 back to back. They're passing each other. I don't understand. Okay, go on.
You can hear the vroom.
Yeah.
So Kill Bill.
Give us a summary.
Yeah.
It
what's the movie about?
It came out in 2003.
Yep.
Okay.
Really?
2003.
I would have guessed older. 90s. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was like that. All right.
So it's about an assassin that right off the bat in the beginning of the movie, just getting beaten down. I don't even want to, just getting killed. And I thought she was going to die.
She gets shot through the head.
Yeah.
You thought she was dead.
Yeah. And how many years ago was that? I think
4.
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
And then it cuts to the present. And right off from that, it's just action packed, and I loved it. It was
I don't know about action packed. The whole movie.
right off the gate, right from the
Oh,
beginning.
right out of the gate. Yeah. Okay. Is that with when he's fighting the girl in the house?
The first chapter.
The first chapter. And I do like how the
You're
movie
right.
does chapters
You're
like
right
that.
about that.
Totally agree.
It explains like her past, what each person meant, and how she was involved with them. I don't think the movie was boring at all.
And the chapters are not chronological. So
Right.
The first chapter was modern day, and then it jumped all the way back to 4 years right after she had gotten shot.
Yes.
And then it jumped again back to the present. Continue.
Yeah.
So she seeks revenge. She seeks revenge on all the people who tried to kill her and her child. She was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Do you know whose baby it was?
I don't.
I know.
And I also don't know why they bleeped out her name like through the whole beginning of the movie.
That's my first note.
So, Tim, finish your summary.
Oh, okay.
Do you know? I'm sorry.
So she seeks revenge on all the people who try to kill her, and it goes through the movie of telling a story through each villain, I would say. I think the first movie went through 3 or 4 people. But that's the summary. She just tries to get revenge on everybody who did her wrong, and I think the movie did really well, like spacing every character out and going through the storylines of everything.
So all 4 of the people that she hunts down were standing over her when she was killed.
Right.
And so each chapter is giving backstory on, to some extent, of what each of those 4 characters were. So,
I really liked the way they made the movie, the Japanese art style, the fighting. I thought it would be kind of like, one reason why I never watched it was I thought it would be kind of awkward the way they try to make, like, especially from 2003, the way they try to make like a Japanese art fighting movie live action, because movies back then are just cringy.
Mm-hmm.
But
That was the era of rom-coms.
yeah. I don't, watching the movie now, it doesn't feel like it was made in 2003. It feels like it was newer, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't have any complaints about it. I thought all the action was really well done, and the fight scenes were believable, except maybe the end. The last fight scene was pretty crazy.
Last fight scene wasn't believable, but it was best
sick,
fight
though.
scene, I think.
so how do y'all want to do discussion, since this is our first time doing it? Do you want to go one by one, or?
Yeah, we could do
Kinda
one by
just-
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could start us off.
Let me start?
Yeah.
I can. So, well, it can kind of even be an open thing because I have a lot of questions and then stuff to bounce off you guys. Ash, do you know why they bleeped out her name?
So I know that the code name for her in the movie, not the assassin name that she had, but the name that Tarantino gave the character, is the Bride.
Well, no, she had she did have a code name, right?
She did. It was like
Black
Mamba.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe that they just gave her Uma Thurman, who is,
Really?
that's the real name of the person
Mhm.
that played the character, but that was what she was also saying in the movie
Oh, really? Did you read her
when
lips
it
or
was
something?
bleeped it out.
Wow.
Now, I may be a terrible judge at reading lips, but
Yeah.
that's,
That's interesting. And I was going to look it up, but I was thinking maybe we figured it out throughout the movie, one of us.
which that was finding that out. I'm not 100% sure that that's the name that she says in the movie, but finding out that Uma Thurman is the one that plays that character, and then Uma Thurman was in Pulp Fiction,
Mm-hmm.
Was she?
I think.
Yeah,
Was
She was
Pulp
in
Fiction?
she was in a previous Tarantino
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
But Fall Out Boy has a song called Uma Thurman,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know who Uma Thurman was prior to this, so that was cool.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she was the lead in Pulp Fiction. She had black hair, though.
Yeah. I didn't know that was her though.
Mhm.
Okay.
Tarantino uses a lot of the same actors, if you've noticed, in his movies. I think that's a thing. See, I'd be interested to see, maybe in the second movie it explains that, but I'm not, I don't like that look you just gave me.
The second movie.
Volume
you
2.
You can save that for your pick in 2 weeks, maybe. I'm not picking.
Oh,
that
trust
one.
me, it's coming.
I'm sure it is.
Keep going, Jess.
So what one of my favorite parts about the movie, I don't know if you've noticed this. Every fight scene, I hope I'm getting this right. Every fight scene except for the last fight scene had no music whatsoever. I don't know if you noticed that. No music, dead silent. All you heard was them fighting. I always think that's super cool when directors do that. Like, they really make you focus on the scene, because like music can kind of set the mood and tell you, it can kind of dictate how your mood is throughout the scene, whether you like it or hate it or you're depressed or whatever. So I noticed that more specifically in the first scene. I noticed that. I don't know if it was all the way through or not, but I noticed the last scene it did have music, but the first one was super cool. I didn't have music. I really like that. What was the first kill in the movie?
Copperhead. Was her code name?
Oh, yes. When she picks up the cereal box and has a gun in it.
Mhm.
That was a total surprise to me. Were you guys surprised by that? I mean, I jumped. Which I jumped.
Surprise.
Lately. I don't know when that started. I'm easily jumpable. Sure. That was a complete surprise to me. I thought that was super cool. And then the fact that she missed, and then Uma Thurman didn't she like throw a mug at her to distract her, and then threw the knife in her chest?
Right
or
in her
something?
chest.
I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I like when she told her daughter, "You can come find me in 20 years if you want to kill me."
Maybe
nice.
Kill Bill 3.
She was like, if you're still raw about it
Yeah.
in 20 years, come find me.
Yeah. Yeah. You can totally tell it's a Tarantino film with like the type of acting, and like the girl was just straight faced the whole time, didn't show any emotion when they were talking about that. I thought that was kind of cool. So kind of halfway through the movie, there was a narrator. I don't know. I think it was before the anime scene or during the anime scene. Did you notice that? Were they quoting Art of War? Did you notice? It sounded like a quote from Art of War.
Very, very likely.
Yeah. I'd like to look that up.
Yeah.
It sounded like it. I can't remember if it was before the anime scene, but that anime scene was my favorite part of the movie.
Okay, so yes, keep going.
I just liked it. I thought it was excellent.
So there is a anime studio called Production IG, and there was a specific animator that worked for Production IG that did the animation for that, but that was right after IG had done Ghost in the Shell. And I know that Jesse's not going to know anything about Ghost in the Shell. Have you ever watched the original Ghost in the Shell movies? When I saw that animation scene in Kill Bill, immediately I was thinking, this is done by someone that is big in the business, and it looks like Ghost in the Shell. And sure enough, the guy's name is like Moritoshi or something like that. But yeah, the animation scene, what I liked about the animation scene was that it had this over-the-top blood spray.
Yes.
I didn't like them carrying that over. I didn't think it worked as well in the live action fights as it did in the animation. Yeah. I wish that they had not tried to carry that into it, because there's something about it when it's animated that you kind of swallow it better. But when it's live action, it's like almost cheesy.
You can almost tell he went over the top on purpose. I wonder if that was a choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, it was fountains, which is totally unrealistic, right?
Yes, yeah. It's like, cut a guy's head off, and it's just But that very last scene was so over the top Japan type thing. The girl in the high school outfit with the giant ball and chain.
Exactly.
I mean, that was out of a Japanese playbook. Just very, but Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, the one last part about that anime scene was towards the end of the fight scene. She shoots this guy that's sitting in the car. It's at the very end of it, and I thought it was sick how they designed this. You see the bullet go through the guy's head and then go into his brain and down like a pathway in his brain, so it almost didn't even touch his brain, and then went out the back of his head. I thought that was super sick, and I've never seen that kind of shot before, like how it was hand drawn and everything like that. I thought that was super cool. The sword in that movie, I went down a deep rabbit hole about that sword. I thought it was one of the coolest hero props I've ever seen, ever designed. Thought it was super cool. I watched a video last year on Adam Savage. He had one commissioned and built like professionally, and that was before I ever watched Kill Bill. So I watched the whole video, not really being into it, just kind of liking the design and how he made it. But I went back and watched the video again after I watched the movie, and I had a much deeper appreciation for it, like how in depth the designer made the sword.
He had it replicated based off of the Kill Bill sword?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's part of this website called the Replica Prop Forum, RPF. And it's like basically a Reddit for makers. And someone was making one like professionally, showing photos and stuff, and he contacted them and said, "Hey, do you want to make me one?"
Wow.
Took him 2 years.
Wow.
Professionally made the sword. Tracked down all the companies that actually made the blade for the movie, that made the specific designs and logos on it for the movie. What I liked about it most is that there's a little, like almost like a sign or like a sigil on the blade, and they may get into it in the second movie, but the little symbol represents the daughter that died. Like it's like where her power comes from in the movie, kind of is from her daughter, I guess. And that's like there's like a little symbol on the sword etched in the blade. That so that's like a little like symbol that not a lot of replications get, and the guy got it, like nailed it perfectly. But looked into like how just how in depth samurai swords are made. And you can only make, so in Japan, all the samurai sword makers, you can only make a specific amount a year. I think it's like 50 swords a year you're allowed to make. So it's like super like regulated and stuff. So it's just a whole in-depth art of like making those kind of swords. So I like that most about the movie. I was just focusing on the sword. I thought it was super sick. Yeah.
So overall, what'd you think of the movie?
My favorite part was Savannah, probably like 3/4 of the way through. She says, "I can't believe Tim is making us waste our afternoon by watching this movie." She did not like the movie at
Throw
all.
a knife in my chest, why don't you?
She didn't like it. I was super bored when they weren't fighting.
Okay, I'll say one thing before you finish your review.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking this movie review because we're forcing each other to watch movies that we wouldn't watch.
Exactly. I like that not that I'm being forced, but we are. I like that I'm watching movies I wouldn't normally watch.
Yes.
I do like that fact. So I appreciated knowing that it was like a world famous movie, and it's critically acclaimed and all that crap. Gave me a chance to actually watch it and try to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's typical Tarantino, so you expect it. He draws out every one of his movies. Really?
But this one was less than 2 hours.
Which I was surprised by. You're right. Although the original was 4 hours and he split it in half. That's why it's volume 1 and volume 2.
This one was only 90 minutes.
Really? I thought it was 2.
Mm-mm.
Wow. So it was short.
Yes.
It felt like the longest movie in my life. When they weren't fighting.
Jeez, man.
When they weren't.
Ash, I hope you don't feel this way.
Seriously. When they weren't fighting, it just felt so drawn out. Which is, again, it's to be expected. I've seen a couple other Tarantino films. I know how he makes his films. He really emphasizes story and dialogue. So it's to be expected. I'm not saying it was a bad thing. I'm just saying I got bored. But when they were fighting, I was like super impressed. Very good choreograph. I don't think Uma Thurman's the best actor in the world.
Actress.
I don't think she's the best. She was better in Pulp Fiction. I think she was really bad in Kill Bill.
Do you have something to say?
I don't know if I have something to say or not.
Okay, so
It shocked me.
So
Shocked you. You should have known that I wasn't going to be entertained.
so how do we want to do the ratings?
I have my rating.
What, a D?
Nope.
C?
C.
See?
But I wouldn't watch it again.
Okay.
Mine is an A, and I will watch it again.
All right. Well, talk about it.
Wow.
So, I am a movie critic.
Yeah, you are.
And
Okay.
I like
I'm backing off the mic on this one.
I like to watch and really focus in on a movie and see how the storyline goes. Unlike Jesse, he just wants to be entertained.
There's no need for the shade.
Okay.
There's no need.
Okay. Well, some people appreciate a good storyline. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought it was very well spaced out between like action and story. I didn't think there was any boring parts in it. I thought he told a good story between the chapters, and
You don't think it was bored when she was trying to get out of the hospital?
no.
Sitting in the truck for the
No.
long... Move your big toe.
She only
Move your big toe.
she said that for probably 5 or 6 times, but then it cut to the backstory of her other person that was trying to kill her.
Right.
I didn't think there was any boring scenes in it. I thought the hospital scene was cool. Right when she was about to get fucked. Not by choice though.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
clarify that.
Yeah, that was gross.
That was weird.
It was kind of funny though. He goes, have fun. And then pats him on the back and walks out.
I thought it was badass how she ripped his tongue, or was it his lip?
His lip.
His lip
lower
right off.
I don't know. Although I don't know how that would kill him.
I think she stabbed him too.
Oh, really?
I think. But I thought that scene was cool because she didn't just get up and walk out. Like her body was still messed up, so she had to crawl all the way. Well, she used a wheelchair, but I thought the movie did a good telling stories of the people who she's hunting, so we actually know what they are and who they're about. I thought it was a well-made movie. I am excited to watch Volume 2 in a couple weeks.
So is that going to be your pick then?
Yeah,
Are you already
and
telling
actually,
us?
I'm going down the Tarantino list. So, I just appreciate good movies, and it gives me a chance to, with my friends, to watch all the old good classics.
You're right.
I will give
You're
it an A, and I'll probably watch it again next week before I pick mine again. So
you have a favorite scene, favorite fight?
I think my favorite scene is in the first one. I'm going to say at the end, right when they get into that restaurant / bar or whatever, when she cuts off the lady's right hand and she starts screaming from the top, and then the whole fight scene breaks out. But then at the end, after she cuts her head off, and then she forces that girl to stay alive and throws her down, and then Bill picks her up, leading right into the next volume.
True.
I was like, that's badass.
I will say, before we move on to Ashton, that fight scene when they're outside and it starts snowing was incredible.
Yes.
That was really cool.
I also like the way he did his art style portraying Japanese. I didn't think he did a bad job, and I also like the animated scene a lot. That was a good scene.
That was the highlight for me.
I don't think, to me personally, I don't think there was a boring part. I wasn't bored. I was focused in the whole time, and it was only an hour and a half. So, I thought it was a good movie.
Anything you didn't like?
I don't like that I didn't show Bill's face at all. I really want to know who he is. I don't know whose voice he is either. He doesn't seem like that would be his voice, though.
Yeah, I kind of had I had a couple voices going through my head of like who it could be, but I didn't want to look it up yet in case they show him in the second movie. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have any complaints though.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay. So Tim says A.
We'll watch again.
We'll watch again. Jesse says won't watch again.
So
C.
how I'm doing my grading system is C and above. I'll watch again, but then like even on the C borderline, I can give it like a decent review, but then say I won't watch it again, and then from there is D and F. So it's like a middle of the road. It was a decent movie, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Okay.
Ash.
Here we go.
Okay.
Love it.
So let me start with what I did like about it. The opening scene is done in a way that makes it a memorable scene. I thought it was powerful. And the fact that they went black and white rather than color does something, it adds to it. And I think from a director's perspective that was genius. Because when it opens up, you're like, what in the world is happening? And you can only hear Bill's voice. And by the end of the scene, it's like, okay, this guy is crazy. So I thought that the opening scene was very good. Like the two of you, the animation scene was really good. And then I like the fight with the Japanese setting and even the fight where she's in that giant room and there's just all those people and she's slashing everybody's feet. I'm a sucker for all that like Asian style fighting stuff. So I would say that also that was the fight that this might be a bold statement, but that was the only fight that I was able to get into. So that was good. I thought that the music in the beginning was great after she gets shot. It's it reminded me a lot of the music in Jigen's Gravestone in the beginning, where it's very melancholy and slow. But it sets, I think, a good tone for the movie, but I don't like the scene that was followed by it. It was like a harsh change when she's just in the suburban neighborhood and the vehicle, which is like
The pussy wagon.
bizarre.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It almost looked like Cat in the Hat. The
That's
neighborhood.
exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, exactly.
And
Way too vibrant and colorful.
yeah, to follow up that scene in that song. So I don't know if y'all caught this. The suit that she wears is based off of Bruce Lee.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I can see it now, though. You're right. The black and yellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was the last movie that Bruce Lee made. He actually died during the filming of it.
Really?
And I don't remember the name of it. So, other things that I liked. I do think, even though it's almost to a degree where it's hard to be believable, I do think that Bill is like a genuinely evil character. Like Tarantino did a good job of not making it a gray area thing of liking or disliking him, you know? So, okay, so what I didn't like. I do not like Uma Thurman's character. I thought that the opening fight scene was bizarre from the beginning of it until the ending of it. The first part of that fight where they're basically trading blows and throwing furniture on top of each other, and then the one lady has a knife, and then they're fighting. Uma Thurman's character grabs a knife, and then the daughter comes in from school, and they both like stop and put on this this act of whatever. The way that the daughter acted was I was never able to get sucked into it. Like it was really a thing in the beginning of, okay, where is this movie going? Because it was so serious and dark in the beginning, and then we're in like a Dr. Seuss neighborhood, and two women are fighting that look like soccer moms, and this girl's walking in and not acting like a 4-year-old would act. And then even up until I thought that the dialogue between them was dumb.
Corny.
And then she kills her, and then the daughter, like you mentioned earlier, was just bold, or just like stoic faced. So that whole scene, it was just like, none of this is, I think, so I'm going to say that I think it would have been a better movie if the assassin was a man. There's something about it being a woman. So maybe the wedding takes place and
They're all women too, right? All the assassins, weren't they all women?
Correct.
Right?
except for Bill, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Bill.
They're all women.
Yes. So, yeah, black, white, and Asian.
Yeah.
If it had been marriage ceremony, pregnant wife is murdered, husband takes bullet to the head, and then husband gets revenge. So the whole movie is a revenge film.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like that the writing for that role would have been better suited for a man, and that I would have been able to get into it better. There's something about, it's not even entirely the fact that Uma Thurman was a woman. I never got, she doesn't look and she doesn't act like a badass woman. It looks like a middle-aged mother.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the fighting, it's like there's just no way this could even exist. But one of the things I don't like about Tarantino is that while I was watching it, it was like, okay, how much of this is just nods to other movies? Because it's just replete with... I know that the Bruce Lee movies played a part in that with like reference points, but it's almost like there are parts of it where you're thinking, is this a parody of actual movies, or is this really a real movie? So my biggest complaint with it is that I was never able to get absorbed into the story. I like Tim was saying earlier, the way that they did the chapters and the fact that it wasn't in chronological order. I think that's a really interesting way to tell a story, because it encourages the viewer to stay plugged into what's happening, because it's like filling in missing puzzle pieces while you're watching. But I think that it would have been better if the character had been written as a male. And then there were some scenes that I think were just stupid. Like, I think that the sheriff coming in scene 2 and the way that he was talking with the guy that was or was not his son, I don't know. But just the whole way he was acting, it was really dumb.
Yeah. That's the thing I've noticed in Tarantino films. There's a lot of scenes that are like just, he put it there to make you feel weird.
It's bizarre.
He's a weird guy. But you guys, like, if you see any of his other movies, you just notice it's like a trend.
Yeah, and
it's just a trend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, from a storytelling perspective, I was never able to get engaged with it. some of it I felt was bizarre for the sake of being so. I feel like the latter half of the movie was better than the first part of it. I think it was a great idea. Like, the story is a great idea. I think it could have been executed better and with a different character setup. So I would give it a C as well. And I will definitely watch Volume 2 because I want to see how it ends. Maybe Volume 2 will just be like killer because we are only seeing the first part of it. But
Yeah.
I have a feeling 2 will be far better than 1.
But that's how I felt. I was just never able to get into it. It was like, and every time I was inching towards it, something weird would happen, and it would just pull me back out again.
So what did you guys think of the end when Bill said, did you tell her baby was still alive?
I didn't remember that.
You don't remember that? Ash, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It was at the very end when she pushed her down the wheelchair, or not the window, but on the hill, and Bill got her.
Yeah.
And then he was saying, did you tell her baby was still alive? But I was like, I don't know. There's not really a way that baby would be alive. In my head.
Yeah. I don't know enough. I'm sure Savannah would be able to answer that one.
But because if she was pregnant, they didn't say how far along she was.
She looked very pregnant, though.
They would have to, like,
listen, this is what ties into, I think I know whose baby it is. I think it's Bill's baby.
Well, she said that at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
But I didn't think it was.
She said it's your, and then she got shot.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to watch part 2.
That's why I think he saved it. He probably wanted to save the baby then. Kill her, save the baby. But yeah, either way, I think 2 will answer a lot of those questions, and I think it'll be better than 1.
I agree. So after all this,
ACC.
you can decide the next movie, which I'm very excited about.
What's on the docket for next week, Jess?
Yeah.
So,
and don't give us options. Just tell us what you decide.
it was between 2 in my head, but I think I know which one to pick.
Pick it.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
You remember that movie?
Yeah, we've seen it.
So I've seen it once, but I never...
You want to go into it with...
I want to go in depth with it. I think he's... Yeah, we can get into this more next week, but I think he is probably I think he's the best actor of our generation.
So you want to, like, really, like... Yeah. Get into the movie.
Mm-hmm. It was between that and Velvet Buzzsaw. The 2 that I was thinking.
Better pick.
I think Ashton would be more into Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler. Yeah. What is it on?
I think it's on Netflix. Most of his movies are on Netflix, but I'll double check.
Okay.
If not, I'll make a call.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. It's about. Have you seen it?
No.
Jake Gyllenhaal is he's kind of like a freelance, not even doing it professionally. He stumbled upon he's basically a newscaster, but like works for himself, like stumbles upon these things that happen and then goes to news programs and sells them. And then he stumbles upon something that's really insane and has the raw footage of this detailed event that happens. And he turns into a pretty dark character and stuff. It's pretty cool. I don't want to give too much away, but very, very good movie. Nightcrawler. Yeah. Let's go grab some drinks. Cheers.
Cheers.
Round 2. Oh, yeah. All right. We all got fresh refills. We all feel really good about it. So, yeah, my pick is Nightcrawler. That's going to be for next week.
I'm here for it.
I believe it's on Netflix, but I will double check.
And we make sure, because we're doing a short week this week, so make sure we watch it.
Oh, yeah, we're doing on Thursday.
Yeah. So
right.
By Wednesday. Knock it out.
All right. Do you guys want to talk about the Apple event?
I will leave that all for you two, because I have never watched an Apple event. Don't know anything new coming out besides that there's a new iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't either. I've never watched an Apple event.
I didn't watch the event either, but
okay.
I haven't been in the last few years. it's just a big cringe fest. I just wait till the ending and see what the summary of the products are.
Right.
So I did see that they're making new AirPods.
They are.
What's it about?
They are an updated version of the Pros.
Okay.
And as Apple does well, they name everything. And so the first gen of AirPod Pros they're calling the H1 models. And the new ones are called the H2s.
Crazy.
So these new AirPods, do we know like what earbuds they have? Like, do they have the other ones where you just go in?
The Pro. I think they have the Pro ones.
They're the ones that look like a bell sprout.
Okay. I do have the Pros, but one of the AirPods broke, so I don't use them anymore.
I hear that.
I don't know how I will. Do we know the price tag?
$249.
So same.
And they discontinued the first gen. So as of now, they are not for sale on Apple's website. I'm sure that the places like Best Buy will keep selling until they're out of stock, but Apple is all in on Gen 2.
Right.
As they always are.
Yeah. What was I going to say about that? I don't know. Ash, you kind of mentioned a couple weeks ago about potentially looking into a new MacBook.
Yes.
Where are you at on that front?
Yeah, we're still shopping.
After you, because you did purchase a new iPhone. You have the 11, am I right?
I have the 11. I bought it 3 years ago this month.
Right.
It's been a great phone. I love the color.
Mm-hmm.
And as every September brings with the new iPhones, I was really hoping that Apple would do some kind of fun color. And they did purple. And it's a nice deep, almost
look at this purple.
indigo purple.
Deep purple.
Yeah.
So you did throw me for a loop when you said you ordered purple. I was surprised.
Well, so the Pro models had space gray, gold. What are they calling the white? I think it's
silver.
it's basically silver, space gray, gold, and this purple color.
Mm-hmm.
So the 14s, there is this really nice blue that is, it's a darker blue, not indigo, but it looked really nice. And then they have a purple for the 14 as well.
That deep purple is nice.
But the reason that... Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
So
I see
I watched
I like it a lot.
I watched MKB's video.
It's like a psychic purple.
Exactly. What a reference. Psychic purple. That's what they should have named it.
Yep. Yeah.
I watched MKV's video of it. Of course, he was at the Apple event and had hands-on with everything. But I watched that last night, and so not anything crazy with the new phones. Apple's kind of gotten into this process of just incremental improvements each year. Nothing crazy. It's got the nice candy bar shaped, which my phone is rounded.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be nice to have that again. But the camera on the Pro takes 48 megapixel pictures.
I thought you said 64.
I might have been incorrect.
Okay.
I think it's 48.
Okay.
But
That's incredible.
So it's got a crazy camera on it, which that's not like the biggest thing for me, but what is it?
I mean, I just realized that you're getting it next week.
Yes.
It's getting delivered next week.
It's arriving on Friday. I was up at 8 a.m. It opened at 8 a.m. this morning. Mm-hmm. So
that's a good time. That's right. It's Christmas.
Did you go through your carrier or through Apple?
I went through Apple.
Okay.
I just bought it for...
Gotcha. Because I was on at 9:30, and their delivery date was like October 10th.
Yeah.
So you were good with that.
Yeah, I was refreshing the app. They have this like waiting screen, and it said something like, "We can't wait either." and then it opened, and I was tapping away. So But the they did something new with the notch that's at the top of the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So they integrated the software to where it's like a new control center up at the top, and you can tap it and control and open apps like music, or if you have a timer, it'll have the time counting down up there. And so I guess it's either you can assign what apps you want up at the top or whichever ones you have open that are active, and kind of open them and close them just by tapping up at the top. But it's kind of a subtle way of they still haven't gotten rid of this notch yet. So they just built the software around it.
Yeah.
And they gave it some stupid name like Dynamic Island or something awful. But it's not a notch. It's a dynamic island.
Yeah, they're just owning the fact that they can't get rid of it.
Right. So
I gotcha.
But it'll be a nice improvement over what I have, and there's a new. I believe that they did. There's a new generation of Apple Watch, but then there's a new watch called like the Ultra, and it's a thick boy. I mean, it sits on your wrist, and people are going to know if you have the Ultra model.
Right.
So hopefully it's a feature that we'll never need, but the new iPhones and the watch have new emergency detection. So the phone will now pick up when you've been in a car accident, and will automatically send an SOS signal.
Wow. Now, how do they do that?
And then Apple has either contracted or purchased satellites that are in space. And let's say you're out hiking and you've got no signal and something happens to you, there's a new SOS to where your phone syncs up with this satellite and you can send a distress signal with your phone, even if you have zero service.
Wow.
So that's cool.
Have you heard about that? The one? Wow.
Yeah, they contracted
Yeah.
through that satellite. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too.
So it's really got, especially the watch, it's really quite impressive. Because with the watch for a few years now, they've had where, like, say if you fell off of a ladder, it would detect that. Like if you've fallen in general, it will detect it and will put up a little screen and be like, do you want to call for help?
Wow.
And then I think if you don't respond to it within like 30 seconds or a minute, it will just automatically do it. It will assume you're unconscious.
Wow.
So the safety features have really gotten good.
Top notch.
Yeah. But I believe that the front-facing camera for selfies or whatever on the Pro is like leagues better than what the 14 has.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the Pro has the liquid retina display, I think. So,
Wow.
I purchased
No waiting.
Yeah, you
at
did.
8 a.m.
Yeah, you did.
Did you already have your mind made up? This was your year that you were going to get a new phone regardless.
I wanted a new phone this year, and then I watched MKB's video last night, and it sealed the deal for me.
So you'll probably keep this one for
3 years.
Wow.
You'll keep this one for 3 years. I think that's a good span, 3 years
It is.
for
It
a
is.
phone.
Mine just hit 2, and
I know.
I can still go another year, I think.
I feel like this whole thing of like getting the phone every year is a bit too much.
Oh, no, it's definitely
It is.
too much.
Like I got this phone last year, a year from last year exactly, a year ago, and
12?
12 Pro Max.
Oh, so you waited when the 13 dropped to get the 12. Okay.
Not quite. I think I got this 3 or 4 months before it dropped, but this phone has still zero problems.
Mhm.
Like I can use this phone for probably 2 more years,
Mhm.
and I will. I'm not.
And I love the color, too.
Yeah.
I think that's the best color they've ever made.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't think that, especially like us, I don't think that the internal differences between this and the 14 make it to where we're like, oh yeah, because let's just be honest. If we just we don't even use this for what it is.
Right.
So
Right.
So I got the 256 gig model, which was $10.99. So
You got a lot of space over there, this guy.
oh man, they had terabyte models.
Yeah, they did.
now.
I did notice that. Is
I
that the
think
first time?
I actually think I think that they've had it for a couple of years, but it's really stupid that they still offer the 128 as the entry. I feel like 256 needs to be
Really?
the entry. Just the amount of photos that people take, and then apps take up so much space now. And then if you've got downloaded music from Apple Music and podcasts and stuff, adds up quick.
Can you believe that when the iPhone 4 came out, it was 8 gigs was the base model?
I know it.
64 was like, whoa, what are you doing with your phone? Yeah.
But let's say that basically you pay $1,000 for your phone and you keep it for 3 years. It's $333 a year divided by 365 days. It's less than $1 a day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at it.
Nice.
yes, I just
So what carrier do you have?
T awful mobile.
T maybe, as Daniel says.
Yes.
So what because they do trade-in deals. Is there a reason why you don't do the trade-in?
I just like keeping my phones, and also if something were to happen to the new phone, I've got a backup.
That's true.
But I don't know. I've got every iPhone I've ever had. I've never traded them in.
That's really cool. Same with your consoles, I've noticed too.
Mhm.
You're not a trade-in guy.
No, I don't like parting with stuff.
Good for you, man.
Here's the colors for the 14. That blue that's on the left.
It's like a UNC blue almost.
Just looks good. Yeah.
Yes.
It really does.
yeah.
And they do a good job of, it's hard to explain. It's like the color, you can tell it's the 14. The color is good, but then the Pro version of the same color, it looks way better. They did it with the 12s. There was 2 different colors, 2 different versions of the same blue color. You can tell they made it look cheaper.
Just the way that they do the product images.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
I mean, they make the color look far better on the Pro. They make you want to get the Pro. I don't know.
Get the
They
Pro.
make the color look deeper. I don't know what it is.
Always get the Pro.
Well, I don't know. But I don't know what it is. But the same color blue that I have in the regular 12 looks like a bland version of that color.
It is.
They do a very good job of that.
Yeah.
They
hate
really
it.
want to let people know that
Yeah,
which one you
you're
have.
a pro. Yeah, exactly.
You're a pro.
Exactly.
So Ash,
Yo.
Jesse was talking about you getting a new MacBook.
Yeah.
When was this a thing? And what's wrong with your MacBook?
We talked about it like 2 weeks ago, I thought.
I don't remember talking about it.
I think you just said it in passing. Like I need, because this is the first time I've ever seen this MacBook in person.
Yeah, what year?
I did not know he had a MacBook.
What year is your MacBook that you currently have?
So
He's like talking to the side.
Give him a second, folks.
I know. Why don't you bring it closer to you? Oh, you're funny.
So we're still shopping, and
All right. All right. He's praying about it. Why did that need to be hidden? We'll come back to it. So we're new MacBooks dropped or talked about? No, okay. Isn't that a separate event?
September they've made into phone and accessories. The month of phone and accessories. June is software, and then October is iPads.
So we got another month, is what he's saying.
Wait, so
And MacBooks.
but possibly MacBooks. But then they started doing spring events as well, where they'll do updates on Macs
Spring.
and perfect for spring.
Perfect for
do you still have your iMac
iMac. I had a Mac Mini.
or
Have a Mac Mini. Yeah,
You don't have
Really?
it?
I do have it.
You still use it?
It doesn't get rid of stuff.
It's not mobile though. I mean, it's more mobile than
I know.
Right,
a
right.
freaking Mac.
Right.
But,
It's this. You still have the same one that you bought.
it's a desktop. Yeah,
It wasn't
Okay.
that long ago. 5 years?
2019.
2 years. Not
3
even
years.
3 years.
Feels like forever.
June of 2019, Tim went with me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we went to the mall. Wow. Not only did he get an iMac, Mac Mini, he also purchased a pair of shoes the same day.
Wow.
And my card carrier froze my card.
It said Ashton never
They
spends
thought it
this
was
money.
fraud.
This man's going on a spending spree. We need to shut him down.
That's so funny.
It said we've put a freeze on your card for unusual spending activity.
Unusual. I love it.
So, speaking of shoes, I do want to get your thoughts on a couple pairs coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, on September 13th, on the sneakers app, they already put it up. So I need you guys to get notified.
Okay.
The
you want
Off-White
these or
Air
something?
Forces
You want them?
are coming out. No, you're going to want them
Really?
when I tell you the price.
Yeah, off-whites are...
So they retail for $160.
Can you send me the link real quick? Or send me a screenshot just so I have it?
Yeah, they come out in 4 days. They're $160. Why don't you just take a guess at how much these are reselling for?
$6.99.
More.
$1,100.
More.
$1,800.
More.
You got to be kidding me. $21.
More.
What?
$3,340. It's Off-White.
That's always the answer every time I ask that.
So this, for one, Virgil died, the creator
Yeah.
of Off-White.
Recently, right?
Yeah, probably within the last year, I think. The Air Force One in a solid color with the metallic check is a classic in the sneakerhead community. So they already have a yellow, all solid yellow with the check, and they have a, I want to say black and white, but this one coming out,
It's on
everybody
sneaker?
wants. Yeah, it's on sneakers.
Good luck.
But if you can get this, you can make about
Yeah.
$3,000.
Are you notifying me of that?
And ironically, Jesse, your size sells for the most. So
Yeah, 12s always resell for crazy amounts.
I don't know why. I don't get it.
just take a look.
Because $3,200 for a pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a down payment on a car.
Mm-hmm.
A week down payment.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, if you get these shoes in some, you can go get Savannah's car tomorrow.
And now you say that we're pretty close.
Yeah?
I'm actually looking more and more into it.
You're not going to make it to the end of the year?
No, I set a goal for the amount of money, and we're hitting it. We're like kind of close to it. So I'm starting to shop.
Yeah, he is. Does she know how close you are?
Every time I talk about money.
Does she know how close you are?
No.
Ooh.
And I don't think she'll listen this deep into the episode, so we're safe. To be honest, I don't know how close we are, but I know like thresholds when we hit them, and we've hit a threshold that is sooner than I would have expected. Yeah, but I like to, like I've been looking all year really, so I'm like always looking at prices and stuff. But anyway, we're getting close. So that's a cop for you. You think we're all gonna go for him?
I mean,
I think whether you like them or not,
yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to go for them.
What about the mids that I sent you guys yesterday? The black and red. No one else wants them, but I want them.
They
What
are
is
nice,
that?
but I was. Can I show you pictures? I have a bunch of shoes that I'm going to show.
Okay,
Um,
he's prepared.
This is a pair of mids that I think Jesse would like. Green and blue.
Yeah. Okay. Man, this is a big size phone.
Which app are those on?
It's not out yet. I just did some sneaker news upcomings. Took some screenshots.
100%.
That's like
That's people's. That's
almost
people's colors there.
emerald green there.
Okay.
PBA right
so
there.
I knew that would be a cop for Jesse. Now these come out next week, but
Mm-hmm.
they're very, very exclusive, and I don't know if they're gonna actually release online or just in sneaker boutiques. But the Jordan 1 heirlooms.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're highs. They're
Yeah.
black and what is that, like a peach almost?
It's like a very
Brown.
faded yellow.
Mhm.
Yeah. So those are coming out next week, and they're
So are those a must go for?
if they even release online, but there hasn't been any news. They're like super limited apparently.
Okay.
Now this is a woman's shoe. I don't know how you guys feel about I don't know if you guys know the homages to home where it's like down the middle, it's Chicago on one side and Breads on the other, but it's on one shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So they did this with a woman's shoe where it's the outside of the shoe is like a black and white, and on the inside it's white and black. So it's like reversed.
I did see those. Didn't they do lows recently?
They did lows and mids.
Okay.
They're okay. I probably wouldn't go for them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of this month, we got the yellow taxis coming up.
Yeah, we do.
You want those?
Yes.
Definitely
Highs
a good
with
one.
a black check mark.
Okay.
Put your feet down.
Tim picks
Put your feet down.
Puts his feet up.
And then this one is like, I need this one at the end of October. The black Jordan 4 canvases,
Yeah.
all black and gray.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the last one I got on the agenda. But this one comes out in November, Jess, and I think you're going to want it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's dirty. Gorge green.
It's like the Bordeaux's except green.
The Bordeaux's. My white whale. Yeah, those are sweet.
Nice. Yeah.
I really like those a lot. Now those are highs too?
Yeah, those are highs.
Sign me up.
That you got a couple months for that. So
You know to keep me updated, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are all the sneakers coming up so far that I think we would like.
So before we move on, are you more into Jordan 4s now than 1s?
So I don't buy ones anymore.
Is there a reason why?
I'm just over them.
Is it because you have the number 1 pair?
More or less, yeah. Wow. But also I don't like the silhouette as much as I used to.
The silhouette? What do you mean?
Just the way it looks.
The model,
looks?
the Jordan
Really?
1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If I'm wearing a Jordan 1, I'm wearing Chicago's. If I'm not wearing a Jordan 1, then I don't know. It's hard. If I go into my closet, I'm either putting on my infrared 4s or my denim Air Maxes right now in the current rotation it's on. That's just what I go for.
Okay.
Like
All
I
right.
wore these specifically tonight because it was going to rain.
Wait. What do you... So, what?
Yeah,
So
I
those
can't-
are your
they're not
lowest
suede.
pair of shoes?
They're not suede.
Suede. Suede damages with water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. I thought you were saying that's your lowest pair of shoe.
No, this is just like a pair that I don't have to worry about.
That jersey looks so good on you.
Thank you.
You look good.
Jess, you're a hell of a guy. Tim, can I bring up the bodegas that you made me buy on
Yeah.
Saturday?
Listen, before we talk about this made purchase,
I loved it.
I would like to just like from afar, Ash, just observing all these purchases. I'm jealous of all these things you've been buying. It makes me want to buy something. So let's just check it off. We got iPhone, shoes, jersey, his MacBook.
In the future. Yeah.
But just last week,
he's hiding something from us
he
also.
is. But just last week, he was saying no purchases.
That's right.
Let's hopefully make it another week.
Well, I think that's why, because he purchased stuff without us knowing. The dentist. You spent
dentist.
hell of a money at the dentist.
I feel that pain, though. I feel that pain.
That's a good choice of words.
But yeah, let's talk about these shoes you purchased.
Yeah.
So they are an Asics collab. They came in 3 colorways. I got it that time.
Colorways. Colorways.
There's a little inside baseball there.
And I went with, I believe they're called Tambourine Green. Now, the pair that Tim sent me originally were yellow and blue.
I thought you got green ones.
He did.
I got the green
But these
ones.
are the ones that I sent him originally. I said, I need these.
Are they still in stock?
So that's yellow and like a bluish.
It's a good question.
Yeah. It's like a sky blue, maybe a little bit lighter than that.
Okay.
And then they had a very 80s pink color.
Ooh.
Purple.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you're pulling that up, I'd like to take a look.
Jesse would like to see them.
You say 80s, my ears perk up.
Don't mind me.
Listen, we have nowhere to be right now. So are you going to get shoes to match the jersey? Can I ask you?
It's definitely been a thought.
He's doing it.
Ash, there's only, in the green colorway, there's only sizes 9 through 12 available right now.
Okay.
I still got my size available for the orange ones. And the purple ones, I'll show Jesse, but I don't think he's going to be a fan.
No? I love how well you know me. You just get it. It's a Barney color for sure. I wouldn't wear them, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of you two bought them.
Me and him were talking about we want all 3 colorways.
Between you 3 or each of you want?
Both
3?
of us
Well,
want
yeah.
all 3 of them.
We want all 3.
I mean, I don't hate the color. I just wouldn't wear it because I don't wear any. I don't think I've worn a color of purple in my entire life.
The color's being slightly distorted because Tim has either night mode on or the true tone. It's kind of giving it orangish
hue
to everything.
Yeah.
But while I'm on Bodega, let me look at new arrivals, see what came out.
Yeah. Listen, we're still talking about Copper Drop.
So I will tell you something that I will be going for that I was not aware of prior to today. I sent it in the sneaker chat. And
Let me take a look.
It is the Argon Dunk Lows.
Oh, I did see this right before I was taking a nap. I like those colors a lot.
Great shades of blue on those.
So you're going to go for them?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I like them.
And
What
what
about
you know what? I'm reading the description. Once a Japan-only exclusive. Of course they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nailed it. So
There's
what about
also there's also a wolf gray and platinum pair of Dunk Lows.
Let me see. Oh, I
Yes.
like those too. Hey,
Yeah.
what about the black ones that came out today? The reverse pandas? Is that what they're called? Something pandas?
Yeah, all black with the white
Did they
check.
sell out? Because I was going to go for them, but I changed my mind last minute.
Why'd you change your mind?
I don't need to buy more shoes.
But I just showed you a bunch of shoes that you said you're going to go for.
None of us need to buy more shoes.
What about these Air Jordan 1 mids that I sent you guys? Is anybody else going for those? Because if not, I would appreciate a sympathy notify me.
I am not going for
Do
them.
you think you're going to need us to go for them?
I don't.
I think so.
Those
You don't think
yellow
are gonna-
ones that you returned are still available.
Yeah, but these are black and red and white. Really?
I think you'll be okay.
Okay,
will.
well, I'll go for them all by myself then.
Fire Red.
Fire Red 3's coming out tomorrow.
Really?
I can't go for them. I turned off the notify me because I just can't do it.
I'm only keeping these on because it's at the end of the month.
Yes.
I think we may even be near the cabin trip before when these drop.
They also released lows for the Taxi Yellows.
Yeah.
I did see those too.
I like them. I just don't like how big the tongue is.
I wish that the check was black.
Yeah, I agree.
That would look better. I'm hoping Ashton gets his pair of shoes before the cabin trip.
Yeah, the
Have you-
bodegas I would like.
Have they shipped them yet?
Mm-mm.
No.
Wait, what? What? Catch me up. Bodegas.
The bodegas.
Oh, the ones we were just talking about 5 minutes ago.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I agree. All right. Well, listen, we knocked out a lot of shoe talk here.
Copper Drop.
Cup drop comes to an end.
Tim, anything else?
Besides the holiday pairs coming out, I don't think there's anything else coming up. I'm sure everybody's going to go for the Lost and Found Chicago's. Have you guys seen that box?
I've not seen it. I think you and Dan described it last week.
I need to show you guys.
Do you think that they will do a Halloween shoe again this year?
Yes, they do every year.
You think so?
Yes, they do.
My brother got the glow in the dark ones last year, even though they were released in March. It was like 6 months afterwards.
Yeah, I remember they kept pushing it back.
Those.
They are awesome.
Really?
I mean, they are really cool.
So this is what the box looks like. So it's called Lost and Found, the Chicago's. So it basically looks like someone lost this for 20, 30 years.
Right. Yeah, I want to see
And
these.
this is what the box looks like.
Yeah.
And not only is the box like this, but the paper on the inside has like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's really cool, but that's
Yeah.
what the box is going to look like. It looks all worn and distressed.
Goodness.
And look at all the sale stickers on the side pretending that it went on sale and nobody bought it. So they just went away.
That's dangerous how awesome that marketing is. That's unbelievable. Wait, so what's the backstory on these? When do they come out?
And it's almost a different...
It's the Chicago's.
It's a different box lid.
The holiday ones we've been talking about all year?
It's the meaning is like they didn't know where one part of the box was, so they just took a different box and put it on. Because it was like nobody ever wanted these shoes, so they were just stored away for 30 years.
So let's take a guess at what those are going to sell for.
You're talking about resale?
Resale, yeah. So that they're highs, is that right? Are they Air Jordan 1 highs?
It's the Chicago.
It's the pairs that he's got on his feet.
Yeah.
So they are on resale right now. People have pairs of them.
How?
Early access.
I can see how much they... Okay, so here they are. So right now...
Wait.
So they...
2,200.
They release in 2 months from now. No, 3 months from now. So early pairs right now are going for between 1,500 to 1,700. But obviously, when they release, I still think...
You think it'll go up after release?
I still think...
it'll go down initially.
I think it's going to be a $500 shoe.
Yeah.
Steady.
Yeah, until supply starts getting scarce. I mean, that's crazy. So that means that right now, they're the exact same price as Tim's 2013s.
Yes.
Which are
I
almost...
thought you have 16s.
No,
Dan has
2013.
Dan has 16s.
They're almost 10 years old.
And they look brand new.
Promise
me on air you're never going to sell those shoes.
I actually don't know how much they go for. Let me see.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever sell them.
Do you think Europe will get those before us or Asia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Europe will definitely get it. So my shoe brand new is selling for $1,250, but used in my condition is selling for about $600 to $800.
Wow. And it's a gorgeous shoe.
So I'm looking at the shoe conditions, and one near my condition with the box sold for $900 used.
Dang.
But I don't think I would ever sell them.
Good.
I didn't really pay for them. I traded, so.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't want to hear think. I want to hear I will never sell these.
I won't ever sell them.
At 1 hour and 52 minutes, you said that. We will remember this forever. Episode 3. Nowhere to be.
Ashton's going to put in the description.
Tim's
never going to sell in Chicago.
I'll timestamp.
You'll timestamp. Yeah. Well, I'm excited about the shoes coming up. I think a couple good purchases are going to be made.
If you guys hit on the lost and founds, would you sell, hold, or wear?
I wouldn't wear.
To be honest, I don't know if I would wear them initially, but I also don't know that I would use them as an investment. I actually might just keep them.
I'd probably wear them to church on Sundays. It would be a very scarce shoe.
I think a shoe like that, if you hit for retail, I don't think it's worth selling. I think that if you're into Jordans with like the history behind the shoe, I think it's worth keeping. Especially if you only spend $200.
Yeah.
They're going to be $200 retail.
You think so?
And that is the
color
grail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And imagine getting that box, man. I would never be able to sell them.
No.
Yeah.
I hope one of us hits on them.
I'm telling you, I'm setting up my dad's phone, my mom's phone, Savannah's phone.
Yeah.
I'm having Billy go for him. Ellie is going to get a phone. Set up an account.
Billy's gonna want them, man.
I know he will. I am going all out. I'll take a day off of work, whatever it takes. I want that shoe.
I think so. They pushed it back once already.
Of course it did.
It was supposed to come out at the beginning of November, but I think they pushed it to the end of November.
Okay.
So hopefully we get it in the
Is
year
it
of
gonna be sneaker
2022.
wrap?
Yeah, sneakers.
Put a gun in my mouth.
I haven't had luck on sneakers in
Never.
never.
I've only scored twice, and it was for other people. I've never got myself a pair of shoes on sneakers.
Well,
I've hit once this year, and it was Tim's fours.
See that? You can only win when you're going for other people.
But I haven't tried for anything.
Yeah, true.
not only did you hit for me, you got early access.
Early access.
What is that like? Do you get notified? Like, do they send you
It's a
a
push notification.
notification?
Yep.
And you have to go on it right away.
I got one earlier today. And it just, your phone, it won't let you read the content of the message until you like show it your face or whatever. And I saw my phone glow and it said sneakers. It was like, what is this? And it was just some stupid advertisement for a collab that they had coming up. But every time that I get one of those, I'm like,
Yeah.
is this early access?
I've
Yeah.
never had early access on a shoe.
I got them on the Kobe's.
Oh,
And I'm telling you, remember we were in Sunday school. I was on the money and missed out, and they sold out right away. The Kobe's, the Kobe and Gia, like memorial shoes, whatever they were. That the one shoe I ever hit on and got early access was that, and I didn't get it.
would you have kept that?
Oh yeah, they'd
Yeah.
be hanging up on my wall right now. I wouldn't have sold those.
Yeah. That was a good looking pair too.
Not just the fact that, not even that I missed out on an early access. It was him and that shoe.
Right.
I mean, I was upset the rest of that day. I was like, I cannot believe this is the one shoe I got early access on, and I was on the money going for it. And I even showed it Ashton. I was like, look what I just got early access to, and I was going to get my size and sold out. I went for every size. Sold out. I would have got anything.
It's amazing that they do early access, and even on early access, when there's not many people going for them, you still can't get it.
Is it the same time? It's been 10 o'clock for me.
Early access?
Yeah.
I've never had it.
Do you know?
Tim's like,
Poor guy.
I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't recall.
It's been on like an hour.
I would have to go all the way back through my messages with Tim to figure out when I texted him. Because I texted him when I got it and was like,
Yeah.
do you want these?
Yeah. I don't think it was early, though. It might have been mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe sporadic.
It definitely is not, because we were at Miller's at one time with Dan and he got early access on a pair.
He did.
Yeah.
The Raging Bull 5s.
Yep.
That was at nighttime.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
And he didn't even get them.
Well, he was on the fence the whole time.
Yeah.
He was like, do I really
Typical
want
Did
these?
it sell out?
Yeah.
Always like, sneakers is blessing me with all these things, but I don't know if I want them. Shut up, Dan.
I wish we can clip that. Oh, you're funny.
Definitely, though. Don't even hesitate on the off-whites, Jess. I don't care how much you don't
I'll
like
download
the color.
Sneaker app because I don't have it right now. I'll download it.
You're always with it. 1 week you have it, 1 week you don't. Just keep it on your phone.
because I don't like getting the notifications on stuff I know I'm not
Well,
going to
just
get.
turn notifications off.
Well, then what if there's early access? It's a hit or miss with me, man.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So I either got to completely disregard it.
Well, if you never play, you can never win.
And here's the other thing. I have the Nike app, and on the Nike app, it shows you what is sneaker exclusive. So if I see a shoe that I want that's going to be on that, then I'll download the app.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than that, I just don't have it on.
Yeah, so the off-whites are cop. The yellow toes for me are cop. And then
I'm going to go for those two, I think.
when we have the lost and found, definitely a cop.
So that's the only Jordan 1 I'm going for this year is the Lost and Found. That's it. and not even to wear, but just to keep. Like, I'm not going to sell them, but I'm not going to wear them.
Keep on my toes.
History.
Yeah. You think you would never wear them? Is that what you just said?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Because they're going to be already new. These are already worn.
That's true.
So what if they come out and resell bottoms out to $400? Would you wear them?
So part of me is wondering if it's worth cleaning these up and putting them back in the box versus and preserving these rather than those, but I can't tell.
Wait. So
if I had those.
So you would wear the lost and founds and keep those?
If the price was low, I was saying if the price was low enough, would it be better to just keep these preserved since these are a decade old and wear those since they're brand new?
But do you think that box is going to add so much value to that shoe?
I think for collectors, yeah.
For people like me, that makes the shoe, is that box. It really does.
But the shoe also has a distressed, worn look.
Yeah. And again, that will probably make me want to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
It won't look pristine out of the box.
Like the midsole already looks worn.
So I think I'm with you. I think I would probably wear them and then just keep them clean. Clean them once a month, whatever.
If it's some stupid thing where they resell for $1,800, then I'm not going to wear them. Yeah. But if...
Now, are you going to sell them right away, though? Are you going to throw them in the closet and forget about it?
If you pay $200 and they were reselling for $1,500 or more...
We are. You'd sell it.
You'd have to.
I think so?
You're talking about potentially 7, 8, 9 times in your money.
Yeah, that's true. Opening day.
Yeah. But it's been interesting. So with the breads, the patent breads that came out in December, the price actually reached its top right after they came out, and they've been just slowly going down. But that's been ones in general. Even the yellow toes, Tim and I have been watching the price. Our sizes have been hovering around like 220, 240. And that's before they're even released. So
that's not much above retail.
No, they could drop and supply get dropped into the resale market, and they dropped to $200. So
yeah,
which by the time you pay taxes through Nike is $170 plus.
Well,
$13 or $14.
No, retail is now $180 for Jordan 1s.
Yeah,
that's true. Freaking inflation.
Or is it $170 now? I think it's $180 now.
It's $180.
It could be $180.
$180. $180 for everything went up $10.
Mids are like $125.
And lows are $110.
So Jordan 4s are 200 or 210 now.
They're all, yeah.
Jordan 3s are 200 now. They were 190. Jordan 1s are 180 now. So everything's gone up $10.
Wow.
And that's without taxes and shipping. So you're probably going to be paying $200. And the lost and founds are, I think, $200 retail because they're exclusive.
Yeah. For something like that, I wouldn't mind paying that much for retail for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would love to have that shoe. Did I show you Billy's display of shoes now?
No.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
What's the man doing these days?
He put them in his movie room. He got like clear acrylic
picture?
shelves. Yeah, but it's on my phone, and I can't turn my thing around. It's like clear acrylic shelves, and he put one shoe on every shelf, and it's like going down his wall. That should look kind of cool.
What other shoes does he have?
He actually has 6 pairs of Nikes. Yeah, but there's like an Air Force One. I think there's a Blazer in there. Then he's got the UBCs that I gave him. He has those crimson red Jordan lows that are actually pretty nice. He has on there too. So he's got a couple. But yeah, he's got them hanging in his movie room right now. He's like, you should do it in your music room. And I was like, I have no room to put anything else on the walls right now. They come tumbling down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's getting into it. He sent me and Dan a picture this morning. He said, hey, are you guys going for the shoes tomorrow? Like he's actually on sneakers like every day looking at different stuff. He's getting into it.
Who would have thought Billy out of all people?
I know. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. So yeah, copper drop, man.
All I want is the black canvas fours. Although I did look them up on Goat, they're like $280. They're only like $60 above retail, and they're not even out yet. So if they come
It'll
out,
go up or down.
I think the top will be like 330, 340, depending on how many sizes come out.
Okay. Is that something you want us to go for you?
If you don't want them,
Yeah. Well, of course I don't want them. They're 4s.
You believe that?
timestamp that too, Ashton.
Jesse dry heaving.
Yeah.
Jordan 4s. Nah, I just nothing against them. They're just not my preference. What can you do?
Definitely, I hope Ashton gets early access again. And don't even ask me if I want them. Just buy
Just
them
buy
for
them.
him.
Just buy
size
them.
10.5, Ash. Don't even hesitate.
You know, you're the same size. You know. Yeah.
But that is all the sneaker releases coming out this year. Oh, the Cherry 11s. That's another holiday pair. An OG pair that he made back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys don't like 11s, so probably wouldn't be
I
a
don't even know what
top
they
for
look
you
like.
guys. I'll show you. It's a Chicago colorway.
I want you to keep expanding my horizons on other brands, Tim. The man
Say
sent me
less.
those Asics, and I was like,
You liked them?
I need these.
That's what you want to hear. Yeah, they're all right. They look like AM1 shoes.
Yep.
I like them.
So, fun fact about Jordan's. During his regular season, he would play in the white and red colors. And during playoffs, he would play in like the black and reds.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Interesting.
Figured that out a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
I was watching a YouTube video, the YouTube channel called Complex, and he was reviewing the biggest, oldest retro Jordan collection. And there was game-worn pairs, signed pairs on the table. He was going through like all of them, and I was just like,
Wow.
Jesus. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Is that the one that you said Judge was on?
Yes, sneaker shopping.
Okay.
Judge was on it.
It made me think about on Fanatics when I was shopping the jerseys. They have game-worn pair of cleats by Aaron Judge that you can buy on there.
How much were they?
I think they were like $5,000.
Jesus Christ.
But think about if he breaks the record,
Yeah, they're going to go up
they're
more.
probably going to shoot up in value.
And there's no way he doesn't break the record.
Yeah, he's got to.
Unless every single pitcher walks him for the next 28
He
games.
gets injured or something. Yeah.
There's no way. But I definitely will keep you up to date on shoes. I browse. I've been, like me and you were talking about, trying to just brighten our horizons because all we have is Jordans.
Yeah.
You show up to a group event and there's like 20 pairs of Jordans on everybody's feet. You're like, yeah. But those Asics, I'm excited for.
Yeah, and I know that it's going to be a pair that no one's going to have. So,
I like that deep green too.
yes.
It looks really good.
Yep. Man, it would be nice to have all three of those. But I want to get a new pair of New Balances at some point as well. I just need a really good colorway to come through. And
Listen, say less. Let me show you something.
oh no. It's been a while since I've I think 19 was the last time I bought Ultra Boost. I love doing exercise walking in Ultra Boost.
They're still very comfortable.
Yeah, they're a good workout shoe.
Yeah, I still have my first pair of Ultra Boost I ever bought. Those blue and pink ones.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wore them at AWA.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they were really comfortable.
I've got pics to prove it.
Yeah, you do.
Tim showing me some New Balances. I told him I wanted a pair of New Balances
Wow.
at some point. Just need to be the right
I need more
colors.
drink.
So there's two pairs coming out,
I'm going to refill.
Ash. And
You want more?
no. Maybe I might switch it up. I'm trying to find the exact ones coming out because I can't. So it's like a mid top New Balance coming out. And the colorways were fantastic. But I can't find the exact colors, but it was something like this.
Yeah. They have a Carolina blue color of those as well.
Have you been looking at New Balances on like Goat or anything?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many clean pairs.
Yep.
Like, I know this is probably a little, these are like chunkies, but these colors and this model.
Right. Yes.
I love it.
And I actually like those more than the first pair you showed me. I'm not crazy about a lot of white with just a little bit of color. Yeah.
This is called the Joe Fresh Goods Penny Cookie Pink colorway.
Penny cookie.
Wow.
Penny Cookie. But I am with you. I definitely need some more New Balances, and I wish I could afford these.
Okay, that's the best pair you've shown me so far.
It's also the most expensive pair I've shown you.
What are those called?
I like
They-
them a lot. They
they
look
are-
like your bacons.
They are called the Joe Fresh Goods Don't Be Mad. They are called U.S. Anatomy of a Heart.
Okay.
Interesting.
And do you want to know the price tag of them, or
Please.
so your size is $3,323.
All right. Well, we are now out of. We are not in Kansas anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, these were super limited, and they came out 2 years ago. But they are a very sick shoe.
Jeez. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, number 3.
Cheers.
Oh, right. We're doing shot.
There's a big ice cube in this.
Oh, you give him the ice cube one?
I don't know. He just picked it up.
So it's your fault. Okay. That's done. You didn't even drink it, man.
I've got this giant ice cube. I would have died.
What a
So,
crazy.
what are your thoughts, chilled versus non-chilled?
Chilled far better.
Chilled all the way.
And how is that mixture?
He doesn't know yet because he didn't drink it. Here we go.
Throw it back, my man.
Come on. Oh, he's preparing his palate.
I can't drink anything if you're going to make comments like that.
Jess, how was the
on.
cinnamon ratio in that one?
I'll tell you after Ashton takes this. Here we go.
No, you can't. You can't wait for me to do it. Keep talking.
All right.
I'll do it while you're
So
talking.
it was in the dismount. And it was good. I liked it better chilled. I think it needs to be chilled. Any type
Yeah.
of shot like that makes it easier to go down.
And you can virtually taste no alcohol.
Even though it's all alcohol,
Yeah.
it's true. It's true.
So the rum chata is 13%, I think. It's like nothing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's good though. It's a little bit of cinnamon, but not too much. Not overbearing.
Chill's definitely better.
There we go.
This is a sipping beverage.
Really?
You don't even have to throw it back at one time. I
Well,
mean,
we-
like, this is.
Do it again in the mic.
I hate it so much. We're going to move on. All right. Tim, you posed a question to us earlier
Hit me with it.
that you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
You want me to hit you with it? Your
Hit me
question?
with the question I asked you about.
This is what you talked about. If you were a streamer,
Mhm.
professional
Mm-hmm.
streamer, which MMO would you choose
Yes.
to play? We're going to get into games for a little bit.
Um,
So I think this is a pretty common topic between all of us. We're all pretty into gaming.
I have been watching very, very hardcore amount of old school RuneScape. videos.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch/YouTube. And Raids 3 just came out. The Tombs of Damascus.
Okay.
And it is amazing. I love watching people stream MMOs because of how much time and effort they put in, because I know there's no way in hell that I can put that much time into a game. And some of the like seeing old school RuneScape from back in the day versus now, the way they have been constantly updating it, it's like amazing. If I could, I would play that game all day, every day. Just like the different things people do and the different handicaps they limit themselves to try to like beat the game. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's cool you hinted on that, because you watched a certain streamer that you kind of turned me on to, where what does he call it? Tile Man. What he does is every level that he levels up, he adds a different tile, right? That he can walk on.
Every 1,000 XP he gains, he moves
1,000.
a tile. So when he first started his account, wherever the game spawned him in the game, he could not move till he got XP. So he had to wait till like AIs would just walk by him and he could attack them. So he would literally have to stand. He said on episode 1 he stood in the same spot for like 3 hours waiting for things to walk by so he could attack and get XP.
Sheesh.
So what he does is once he unlocks the tile, he can go back to the previous tile. So now he's at a point where he can walk all over the map, kind of, but it's a certain trail, and his whatever program he's using tracks the trail.
So it
it's
shows
pretty
up
cool
on the map.
And he has a little tracker that says he doesn't use every tile after he updates. So he's like, I have 300 tiles to use, so I need to go here. I'm going to use 400, 140, whatever it is.
He'll
It's
save
super
them
cool.
up.
Very interesting. It's a cool way to play the game.
Yeah, it's cool. He gets like, for those videos, he'll get like 700,000 to 800,000 views per video.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for an old school RuneScape video is crazy.
Wow.
And it's cool about it because the game isn't the most entertaining to watch, but like Tim said, the fact that you put limitations on it, the viewer is like, oh wow, well, how is he going to use these tiles in this video? It's super cool.
Like some of the things he's doing, I can't even do in the regular game,
Right.
versus him handicapping himself. But his episode 1 of Tile Man got 1.4 million views in a week, and it's cool because his Tile Man episodes are one like every month, because he'll put a month's worth of work
Streaming
into
it,
one
yeah.
video, and it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
Seeing all the different things in 1 month he's done.
Yeah. And you need to, because it's a very slow paced game.
Yes.
You can't just live stream and like have a bunch of content.
100%. And old school RuneScape is just one of those games
It's
that
amazing.
I will never
the
get
best.
bored of.
Yeah.
But
So is that your game of choice you think you would pick?
it was a close one, because there's other MMOs that I would want to play, but I don't think there's an MMO that I would play as consistent as old school RuneScape.
Now, is that because this is my reasoning why I would probably choose RuneScape also. Is it because that's what you started on and you've never experienced other games?
So I played World of Warcraft for a month. I tried the free version of it, the one that is open to you when you first start. I think you get
Vanilla?
Huh?
That's what they call it? Is that what it is?
It's like you get to go to like level 25 or something, but then you're like cut off after that.
So is this the one that they remade a couple years ago that was the original World of Warcraft? Or did you
Vanilla.
start it? Yeah, vanilla. Or did you start it years ago and
This
just
was when
prepaid version?
Yeah,
basically?
this was years ago.
Okay,
When I
okay.
was into Hearthstone.
Okay, because originally a couple years ago, they put out World of Warcraft Vanilla, basically. So you tried it years ago before that, where it's just hey, you're starting out. This is what you can do before you hit a paywall, basically, right?
This was when I was heavy into Hearthstone.
So how did you like it?
I
Never tried it, so I don't.
I don't feel like they sucked me into it to where I was like, oh, I need to pay a monthly subscription and play this forever. It was very boring to me. Like the beginning is hard to get into.
Now, do you think is that because you didn't start day one?
Yes.
Okay.
And I like, in certain MMOs, you can tell when you get into it if you're like, if the game's been out for like 10 years and you get into it, you're like, there's no way. There's no way in hell.
And WoW has been out for 20 years.
Yeah.
And the lore is complex.
So I'll say the difference between like WoW and RuneScape is WoW, I feel like at a certain point you always need to be in a party and do raids.
For sure. Yeah.
And RuneScape, you never have that feeling. You could play single player the whole game you want.
That's right.
And you can go at your own pace and you'll never feel like I can never get to a certain level.
That's right.
But WoW, there's no way.
What do they
No
call
way.
the original version of RuneScape again?
The virginal version
Old school
of
RuneScape? Old school RuneScape. Sorry. The original, what did I say?
You said the virginal version.
I was like, what is going on?
I'm sorry. I wanted to look up the history of old school RuneScape.
I think it came out in 1999.
You're wrong. It began in 2007, it looks like. That's not right.
No.
You're probably right with the original
The
statement.
original like beta game came out in 99, I think.
Okay.
But
So that's what I was going to ask, because RuneScape, it doesn't feel like it has a lore like World of Warcraft does.
do you quest a lot?
Do you even quest, bro? No. Well, I did when we had paid versions back in high school.
So if you do a lot of the quests and storylines, you'll figure out a lot of like
Okay.
backgrounds to different like areas in the world of RuneScape and like towns and characters and stuff. But if you just play, like questing was always just a waste of time. It took so long to do a quest.
And you really didn't get that much out of it every time we did it.
But if you take your time, you'll learn a lot about like the history and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I love RuneScape. Did you ever play RuneScape, Ashton? You never did. Did it, Tanner?
I don't think so.
Man, I mean, I have so many memories wrapped up in that game.
I could still make a new account and do the same things we did, and it's still fun.
Just like Skyrim. I think Skyrim's the same way. I can start a new account today and go through the Dark Brotherhood and all of that stuff and still feel like I'm doing new things. I really, really love that game. So and it's sad because that's the only MMO I've ever played was RuneScape, but I think that would be my choice. It's kind of an obvious choice.
Our friend Trey told me a couple weeks ago that he works from home and that he has a separate monitor. And when he has a lull in his work, he'll just jump over and play some RuneScape.
Oh, he plays RuneScape too?
He loves it. So you
come on,
definitely need to talk
man.
to him about it. And knowing
Texting
Trey,
him right now.
Trey doesn't
He doesn't
video game
half-ass
related.
anything.
He does
He
not go.
That's right.
Yeah, he goes all in.
He's the one that played not Dark Souls,
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, like 6 playthroughs he played. I'm literally texting him as we speak.
6 playthroughs.
I love Trey.
PC gamer.
He's a PC gamer. He's awesome. Man, my hands.
But to answer your question, if I could right now, I would hop on RuneScape again.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So are we asking if we could stream Twitch 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? Is that what we're asking?
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm asking you if you had unlimited time.
Okay, so not streaming, just
you can stream, but I'm saying if you had all the time to
Just for gaming?
unload into an MMO, like all your time and hours.
Got you. Okay.
Sorry.
Because if you do not have all the time, there's just no way.
Sidetrack. Zach opened some Lost Origins today and pulled the black and gold Mew V
Ooh.
trainer gallery card. He just sent it to me and you. It would be RuneScape for me, and it's kind of I kind of got put into a corner with this question because that's the only game I've ever played, MMO. But Obviously Skyrim isn't an MMO, but it's kind of along the same genre.
Would you do Elder Scrolls Online?
Yeah, that's the thing. I've never played it, so I don't want to just like blanket statement and say, yeah, I would.
It's all of the maps and the history of all the games combined into a MMO. But it's also more team oriented, I think. Jake played it for a while.
I do RuneScape. Yeah, I do RuneScape. Yeah, which is making me want to download it right now, actually. But yeah, RuneScape is...
I really want to just pick it up and play it.
Here's the thing. Let's get some membership accounts going. I'd play it I would get a membership if you were like gonna sign up for it.
I think the memberships are like $11.99 now because of inflation. Well, and also you pay for membership, but you get old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3.
I wouldn't touch
So two
RuneScape
versions.
3 with a 6-foot pole.
I love RuneScape 3.
I wouldn't buy a 6-foot pole just so I wouldn't touch it.
For the record, I love RuneScape 3 also. I like them both.
If I'm going to play it, I'm going to go old school.
And the cool thing about old school these days is the development team is constantly updating and making the game better so you get the same feel of 2007 but just updated. So it's like same graphics, same quests, nothing's changed, but they keep making new raids, new armor, new weapons. So like all the old armor that you remember being the best isn't the best anymore. And there's new like bosses.
That's what I don't like about it.
Oh, it's awesome.
I feel like I would be lost if I jumped in.
It's awesome. Like Bandos and Armadale aren't the best armors anymore.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
I stopped at Rune.
Yeah, but there's always been Bandos and Armadale. You just never got there.
Exactly. I didn't have a paid membership for very long.
Yeah.
So Rune armor plate was like the top at the time.
Rune, Dragon. Then you had Barros armor sets, which was like Arms, Derek's, Guthans, and... Oh, what's the last one? Arms, Gothics, Derek's. Sad day.
You really are into this.
Yeah. It was, he got into it far more than I did.
Varix.
We had a friend who had...
Carols.
Yes.
And then after all those, you had Bandos and Armadale. And now there's like a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I was into it for a couple years here and there.
Couple years.
I think we played it from, I want to say, middle school at People's, and I never stopped. Like on and off, obviously, but never stopped since then.
We had, this is like the memory I have with it. Me, Tim, and Adam were into it at the exact same time, Adam Bloodworth. And so I was living across the street from People's when my house burned down. We were renting that house. We had a PC in the kitchen, and then my parents had a Dell laptop. And we would we would stay up till 8 in the morning. I mean, all night. We would take turns because there was 3 of us. One person would be on the PC for a half hour, one be on the laptop. And every 30 minutes, we would alternate. So Adam would get on and I would take a break and watch them two play. And then Tim would get off so we would play hour increments. And then I would jump on and play for an hour. And I mean, till 8 in the morning for weeks, we did that. I mean, the memories tied up in that was just incredible to me. So I don't think that game's it's going to be hard to replace that game for me. But I still think that game would be it. Yeah.
So
what about
much
you?
Playability.
Yeah, there's a lot. Did you ever get into MMOs?
So I'm going to do one that I've never played before, and Tim has already mentioned it. World of Warcraft.
Really?
If I could really just dive in, I would want to do that. I feel like that the fact that they have the Alliance and the Horde, and you choose which side you want to be on, and how passionate that fan base is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, is that going off of, do you know any of the lore or any of the story? It's just that you hear about the game so much, you're like, I want to experience that from day one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I had unlimited amount of time to where I could just dive headfirst into it, I would definitely want to do that. Something established like that, but...
Let's not give Blizzard any more money, Ashton.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
I was going to say, I feel like Blizzard, when they're doing things right, are able to make characters and settings where you truly feel like you are your character.
Yeah.
And when Overwatch was in its prime, when I would play Winston or Reinhardt or Soldier, it really felt like an extension of yourself. And then also that the characters have a feeling of not being just another, NPC in a game, that they actually have, you're connected to them, I feel like Blizzard does that when they do things well. But World of Warcraft, I'm a big fan of even if I'm not a part of it, of IPs like that have a dedicated group. And maybe a second one would be Destiny. I always love playing Destiny.
I was curious if I can consider that an MMO or not. I was going to
I think
maybe
so.
put it in my category.
It's kind of like what you were saying earlier about a different game, but that raiding is a key part of it. I feel like Destiny, you have to raid to get the good armor and things.
And sometimes, I don't know if you play Destiny 1 hardcore,
Oh yeah.
but when I would do raids, I could only raid on the weekends, because when I had things to do during the week, it would literally take like all my time to raid. Like I remember when the Taken King first came out, me and my friends were doing raids, and the Taken King.
I think you said the Taking King.
The Taken King.
The Taking King. The
Taken King.
Taking King. Okay.
It's one of the raids on the first
It's like
Destiny.
the biggest raid. Everybody talks about that one.
Vault of Glass.
Vault of Glass was really good. And that was the free one, too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one you did not have to pay for.
Right up my
So
alley.
much fun.
Yeah. I forget what that pistol was called.
The
That you shoot in...
Fatebringer? No.
I forget. Either way, I remember
That
playing the
was the
Taken
name
King,
of a gun.
and
I'm going to remember this.
well, it would take us like to do the hard mode. It would take us like, I don't know if this is like, it felt like this long, but it would take us like 3 or 4 hours to do one raid, especially at the beginning of the DLC when no one knew how to exactly beat it.
Right.
And like doing the witches
Mm-hmm.
and then doing orcs. It's just like, that was fun.
Yeah, fast raids were 45 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know raids took a good bit, and like it was so satisfying, like beating a boss room, and then you get a breather, you get to walk for a second before you get to the next one,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh. But like that the first
The
one,
Gallahorn?
That's the rocket launcher.
that was the exotic rocket launcher. So
Icebreaker.
look up. Ooh, the icebreaker. I loved me some icebreaker.
That was a shotgun, right?
No, that was the sniper that reloaded
The
by itself.
The Fatebringer.
Is that the pistol?
I don't know.
No.
The icebreaker was amazing though.
Mm-hmm.
Look up the pistol from the Vault of Glass.
You got it, Toots.
That was one of the best guns in the game. And I don't know about you. I don't know what roles you played, but on Crota's End,
The hand cannon? Is that what you mean?
yeah, in Vault of Glass. I was always a hunter. I had 3 hunters.
It's a Fatebringer.
Is it?
Yeah. Didn't I say that?
What a good memory, Jess.
Did I say
I
that?
think so.
Yeah,
Wow.
you did. Not knowing what you said.
I
but-
I didn't even play the game.
I always play Titan. And when I first started playing for the first year to year and a half, Maverick played with me, and Maverick was a warlock. And when we were lucky, we were able to get Gary and his cousin to do raids with. So that was the only time that we would be able to get the really good armor. And they had a website that you could get on to find people to raid with, but there was nothing native to the game where you could find people to raid with.
I wish I played with you back then.
Yeah, I wish I had known that you were playing it, but it was.
I don't think we were even hanging out all as a group at that point.
I bought a PS4 in 2014 solely to play Destiny.
I finished my Destiny 1 career with 1,400 hours.
And I was so excited about Destiny 2, and it's just not.
Nope. Me and Jake even pre-ordered the deluxe version that came with the first 2 DLCs.
Really?
And we didn't even get that far because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Is it bad, really?
It just doesn't feel like Destiny. Like all the things that made Destiny 1 great, none of it was in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Like the game that it became, they just ruined it from the second one. They should have just kept adding DLC to the first one.
I did love the first one. I got into it later with you, but I really did love it.
Yeah.
It was a really good game.
He liked the missions, the Nightfall missions and stuff. But then at a certain point, he don't want to play because he didn't want to pay for DLCs.
Bingo.
So I had to find new friends.
Well, to be fair, I don't
fair?
want to blame it on you. I feel like if you were like way further than me though.
I was trying to help you though. I was playing with you.
Yeah, but if you were like, hey, this is coming out next week, let's do it, I would have done it with you. It's the fact that I jumped in like years late. Everything was already out, right?
No.
All right.
There was probably one DLC out. I think Crotus was the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't into DLCs back then. You're right. You're right.
No, especially when they were like $30 each.
Man, you know me way too well.
It was so stupid. You would pay $60 for the game, and then they would charge you
exactly
$25 or $30.
Do you remember the last DLC they made was $40?
Yeah,
that's what I didn't like about it.
It was.
That was in the early days of that kind of DLC model.
Yep.
Where they just started like, hey, there's a game coming out, but in 6 months, we're gonna have more of the game you already paid for, but you need to pay more for it.
Right, and then when 2 came out, it was $60 again plus more DLCs.
Like opening day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I didn't like it.
Paid $100 for Destiny 2 with the DLCs.
Yeah.
But sadly now that's normal.
And then they brought in-game currency.
Mm-hmm.
And the battle pass.
Right. It's just money.
Zach just pulled 2 of those Mew gold cards. Sorry. Yeah, he just pulled 2 of those.
But
yeah, I don't like that. I hate that DLC bullcrap. I don't like that new model.
Nintendo does it well where the DLCs are free.
Is that right?
There's a brand new Mario Kart expansion pass.
I didn't even know that. Yep. Wow. See, that's one thing to do right, man.
What were you about to say, Tim?
Oh, I was just going to say Destiny is a solid pick. If you can have Destiny 1 as like a whole with all the DLC that they ever came out with as one game, that's a good pick.
Yeah, that was another one of those games where you felt like you were your character.
Yes.
And it had the perfect amount of customization.
Not too much.
Right.
Just enough.
And there's something about...
Is there too much customization?
In the second one, yeah.
Elden Ring has too much customization.
Okay.
And then they just did stupid things in the second one, the way that they changed the shaders, and I don't know. But Destiny 1 was just, it was a perfect game. So I would probably choose World of Warcraft or Destiny.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd still stick with RuneScape.
I want to play it.
I downloaded it again right now.
It's just one of those things that I just can't put in time.
Yeah.
If I get off work at 5, get home, eat, shower, it's 6:30, 7 o'clock, where we play for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's true.
And then on weekends, sometimes I'm not even home.
You're here recording a podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Holy hell. We still have 2 more days.
Give or take.
Yeah, what's the alternative to that? How do adults with full-time jobs, do you just sacrifice sleep?
I guess.
I mean, I feel like most people who work full-time jobs literally only have Saturdays to do what they want.
Yeah.
And that's if you have no kids. So if you have kids and like a full family, I mean, that's your outside of work full-time job. You really don't have.
Yeah, that's true.
You might be able to play a game, and if you stick to that game, you'll have like real good satisfaction in like 3 years when you see all your progress from like slowly completing it. But you can't do what you do anymore playing 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Sadly.
That's true. So on the lines of that, Xbox versus PS5. Is that something we want to get into? I think about this because I ran in when I was going into GameStop today. There had another like random drop of PS5s going on today.
Is yours hiding in the closet?
It's in here.
Oh, live on air?
Yeah.
You're going to unbox it?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Is he serious?
No, of course not.
Okay, I was about to say.
No, I didn't buy a PS5.
Listen, you didn't have me or Ash. We really thought you did because
It
wouldn't
wouldn't have surprised me, but
it
yeah.
wouldn't have put like
No, I wouldn't have been a surprise. Is that what you're saying?
we wouldn't have put it past you.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it. No. And the only reason why is there's no games out that are like, I want this console.
How
But-
long have they been out, those consoles?
That's the sad part.
November will be 2 years.
And they're still doing shock drops to prevent. I heard the manager talking today. It's to prevent scalpers. They're still doing it because they can't keep up with demand.
How does that prevent scalpers? It encourages scalpers.
Well, that's the thing. They don't announce them. I don't know how people find out about them.
You're talking about a GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay. I thought you were talking about the supply issue. I
No.
think that it is beyond ridiculous that you cannot walk in a store 2 years later and buy.
Exactly.
And on the home screen of PlayStation, on the PS5, just recently they had a camo, like Call of Duty camo version with a camo controller. It was like limited edition PS5 coming soon. All of them are limited edition.
The base model is limited edition. That's what I hate about it. That's what I hate. And Xbox is not out of this also. Although the S is pretty readily available. But I still have seen one. 3 weeks ago, I saw my first Series X console in person in a store. 2 years later, console life cycles, what aren't they 3 years?
No.
5 years?
Now they've gotten 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting in the middle of the life cycle of a console.
True. Let's say it's 6 years. We're a
in the
third
middle.
of the way through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're still not available.
That's a very good point. And there also hasn't been any games that make you want to upgrade.
That's right. Exactly. What games have been announced and are already out by PS5 that are
Xbox as well.
Xbox as well? You're totally right. What games have been announced and have come out since the console has dropped that is like, I need a new console for this new game? Can you name one?
No. Unless you were a hardcore Halo fan and
Which even then,
you're like, I've got nice. That was nice. Unless you are just really itching to play Halo. But like Jordan said earlier in the week, the Halo experience has been like someone both kissing you and spanking you at the same time.
that's right. Let me tell you, Tim. I don't know if you heard the news. They have permanently shelved online co-op of Halo Infinite. No. I'm sorry. Couch co-op.
Oh.
Split screen.
Split screen co-op. The basis of Halo. They have permanently shelved until further notice.
Did they give a reason?
No. They have extended their season pass past 3 months. Their season pass base length was 3 months. They've extended it because they don't have any new content to put out, I think. And they have shelved local co-op.
Seems a bit far-fetched.
It's
that they would do
insane.
that.
Yeah, the Battle Pass extension is to give them more time to make content.
To figure out what shit they can't figure out.
Right.
Listen, whether you're an Xbox fan or not, Halo is the marquee title of Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Even to this day. You think of Xbox, you think of Halo. And they cannot put out a product opening release date that is finished. It even got delayed before it got released. It's unbelievable. The bar that is set now is so low. It's embarrassing.
So let me ask you both this, since you both have a next-gen console. Are you happy with your purchases?
Yes.
How often do you use your purchases?
Every day.
What games do you play?
I don't game every day, but
That's the thing.
What
do you use it for gaming?
What do you use different versus your PS4?
I will say that I played Elden Ring on PS4 and then I played it on PS5. And because of the power of... Now, I had a 2014 model PS4, so it is 8 years old.
Not even the Pro. You had the base model.
Correct. And so the frame rate drops were a struggle. And when I got the PS5, it was like a whole new game. Completely smooth. And I've played... it's the worst game in the world to do graphic comparison, but Minecraft. And then Overwatch didn't do a PS5 upgrade. And then the only other game I've played is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which also was a nice upgrade from 4 to 5 in terms of frames and just what the engine can the environment, like how much of it can load and sustain versus the PS4. It's definitely an upgrade.
Is there a title coming out in the future?
No, all the titles that I'm excited about are coming out for Nintendo Switch.
PlayStation has 2 games for me, or probably just one. Spider-Man and Wolverine.
I take that back. The God of War game.
Okay.
Isn't that called Valhalla also? No.
Is it Odyssey?
No. What's the Thor movie that was the best? Ragnarok. I think it's God of War Ragnarok.
Yes, you're right.
That one looks good. Wolverine, I'm obsessed with right now. But again, there's not even a release date. And it doesn't even matter because I can't get the console. So it doesn't even matter.
The Harry Potter game's coming too.
That's true, but I do have an Xbox, which Savannah has basically said you're buying that game. Which, honestly, I'm really happy about.
If I had time, I would buy it. I watched a 14-minute playthrough.
It looks amazing. Here's the thing. It looks amazing. It looks like there's no limit to the game.
Exactly, that's the problem. It looks like there's unlimited time you can spend in that game.
Here's the other problem. I feel like it's going to just keep getting delayed. That seems to be the track record with every game that's this ambitious.
Big open world, it looks like. It looks like you're literally having a whole life through Hogwarts.
That's right.
Do y'all know who the publisher is?
It's a new publisher, I believe.
I
Let me look it
off
up.
the top of my head.
Not new, but...
But I will say that 14-minute playthrough that I watched looked amazing.
Yeah.
It really did. Warner Brothers.
Okay.
People making it. And this is coming from a non-Harry Potter fan, which is different than you two. It looks unbelievable. I can see playing that game even though I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I think if I had not even 8 hours, if I had like 4 hours a day that I could play that, I would.
Well, here's the thing. I don't see it like that. It's not an MMO. The game's going to come out and they're just going to, I don't even think they're going to have perpetual updates. Just
Well-
get the game. You play it at your own leisure.
Well, have you seen that it's like kind of like Skyrim where you branch out your skill trees and you upgrade them through?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So I think that it's kind of like MMO-esque, but it's also kind of like story-driven.
Yeah.
But
I think Skyrim's a perfect example of that.
But I think you get to choose also,
Mm-hmm.
like how you like narrate the story.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I don't think you should see it as I need to play it every day for 4 hours.
I do.
Okay.
But that's the problem with me. That's how I always feel. Like if I feel like if I can't play a game for a certain amount of time a day, I don't
just
want to play it
Don't want to start it.
because I'll be too far behind.
Yeah, but then you're going to miss out on this amazing game. I still think you should at least get it and then start it out and then play it.
Well,
And
Hannah's gonna get it for the Switch.
is it coming out on the Switch? Wow, I wouldn't get it on the Switch.
She has either a PS4.
She has a PS4.
a regular PS4.
Oh, it's not coming out on the PS4, is it?
Yeah,
It isn't.
I think.
I would still. I mean, again, it's her leisure, but I would still choose a PS4 over the Switch.
Well, like she pointed out, her her PS4 has like this much dust on it, and at least on the Switch, she could take it with her
That's true.
and play it if she wanted
You
to.
need to get rid of your PS4, by the way. Side tangent. You need to switch it and upgrade. Hey, yeah,
Upgrade?
You heard me.
I think so. There's many a night I power up the PS5 and I've got that little green number that's telling me how many of my friends are online, and I hover over that green number to get the details, and one of them says Tim Dryka
So
on PS4.
Watching Hulu or at main
It
screen.
just says on PS4. I'm like,
so I've owned that PS4 for that PS4 Pro.
okay.
I've owned for 3 years.
I have a photo of the day you bought it.
I paid 3 years worth of PSN Online,
Oh yeah.
and I've never used PSN Online. I've never played my PS4. I purchased games for my PS4 that I've never played.
You did play Overwatch with us one day.
One day.
One day.
And I purchased that game for that one day.
One day.
And that was also my fourth time buying Overwatch.
That was during COVID when he was just printing money. And
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
like my PSNL just renewed for a whole year, but
Doesn't even matter.
what do you do?
The only reason it stopped is because my credit card expired. I didn't have to add a new one.
He was
so
like, I
we're
can't be
good.
bothered to cancel it.
It's just $60.
Yeah.
It's less than 3 figures. I'm not even going to look at my bank statement.
Either way, I've put so much money in that PS4 and I've never gotten one thing out of it besides Hulu and Netflix.
So here's the thing. Are you at a point where you decide to either get rid of it or upgrade? Or are you just riding it out like
I'm riding it
It's
out
not
till
even
it
gonna bother me.
dies.
it's already died? You can't play anything on it.
I know I can't.
So what do you do with
It
it?
turns on.
What do you do on
He
it?
uses
Watch
it as a
Hulu?
streaming box.
Yeah.
That's what I use my PS5 for.
But I have to restart my PS4 2 to 3 times because it will disconnect and won't reconnect.
That's the thing. See?
Ooh.
Why hang on to it? Trade it into GameStop. Let
'Cause
them
it's-
deal with it.
It's already paid off. And
What do you mean paid off?
Like I don't have to. I don't
You
have
finance.
Let's think
No,
of the car payment.
I don't have to pay. I'm not paying for anything. So if I get something new, I haven't have to pay for it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Whatever I do with that PS4 is not enough to buy me a PS5 outright.
Yeah, I guess.
I will have to spend $200 to $250 to get a PS5.
I think it's a good trade though.
No,
It's a good
He doesn't
value.
play. That's the problem.
I'm not bamboozling myself into another console. I'm not.
Okay.
He can just play Jake's.
I'm dying.
Jake doesn't even play his PS5.
Yeah, I hardly ever see him on.
Him and Jasmine, they only game on their PCs.
See, that's the thing.
Ah.
What were we talking about before? MMOs?
Shoes?
So there's no... no, not that far back. So there's no games coming out that excites any of us. Oh, you were saying, do you think it's worth it, the upgrade that we made? You said yes, even though you don't necessarily play on it daily.
Yeah. It's definitely, there is a difference between the PS4 and the PS5. That is substantial.
So I have yet to see a difference with mine. I had the 1X, and then
Which
I went
was already good.
Then I went exactly. Then I went to the Series X,
World's most powerful console.
world's most powerful console. I don't play the games that. I'll tell you what, the load times are disgustingly good.
Oh no, and that's right, because when we played Overwatch last time,
Yes.
I brought my PS5 and it was like immediately I was in, and Jesse was still loading.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nuts.
And then before that, before he upgraded, he brought his PS4 over once to play Valhalla. And it was like a 20-minute to load into the game.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And I was playing Odyssey. And it was, I mean, less than a minute. It's disgusting how good those load times are.
And now when I play Valhalla, it's immediate.
It's immediate. Yeah. And so when I bought it for him, he came over that night, downloaded everything, and he was like, I just want to try it out. And I saw a look on his face. It was night and day. It loaded right into the game.
It's nuts. And my PS4 sounded like a Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah.
Every
you
time.
can hear it. Yeah. When we it's 100% true. I mean, it brought the temperature down in the room. It was like, up. It went that. It was that like hard. It was working that hard. But yeah, the look on his face, and we heard about like, everybody was talking about the load times. We're like, okay, load times is such a minor difference. It's a major difference, So that alone, I think it warranted the upgrade for me. Other than that, I haven't played a game yet there hasn't been a next-gen game to come out yet that has only been on the new console.
So Asa has the S, and the Xboxes have the quick resume.
Yes.
Which he uses nonstop. He plays Call of Duty, and they, believe it or not, the kids his age are still playing the game that's like Lucio Ball.
Rocket
League. And he's playing GTA 5.
Oh, no way.
And
tell him to call me.
Yeah.
Me and Billy have been looking for a third.
Okay.
We're trying to get Dan involved, but it's not working.
So he showed me, but he's always playing with friends, and he's literally just like immediately jumping back into where he was at before.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy.
And
PlayStation doesn't have that.
And on GTA, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because GTA load times on Billy's, he plays on the 1S. It's about 5 minutes. For me, I can't even. It's less than 30 seconds.
Why does Billy not have a Series S?
I know. It's like, why does he have fake UNCs? I know. He bought Dan's old one when he upgraded. Billy's not a big gamer, but when he games, he only plays GTA. So that's why. But yeah, the load times are beyond a game changer for me, which I didn't think was going to be that big of a deal, but it's huge. And then the quick resume also. And what's amazing about it is quick resume lasts. Like if you shut the console off mid-game and you turn the console on 3 months later, it's still there.
Right.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's a great feature.
So, that alone, I'll say it's worth the upgrade for me. Yeah, it's just awesome.
In terms of games, this generation has got to be the most disappointing,
right,
for both consoles.
Right.
There's just been nothing.
There's been no games.
So 2 years into the life, and there's no games that excite you guys. That's unfortunate, though.
And
Xbox has had Halo and Forza.
And that's the thing. It's almost like it's a two-sided sword, because any new games that come out as of right now, they come out on the older gen and the new gen.
Right.
So it's not like you have to have the new gen.
Well, when you can't sell consoles, you have to make games for the previous consoles.
Exactly.
That is
exactly.
That is very true.
Not that you can't sell them, you can't make them. You can't make them fast enough. It's just stupid to me. We've talked about this again before. The Nintendo Switch, you see OLEDs every day.
Yeah, they had supply issues for 2 weeks.
Exactly, and they figured it out.
And to be honest, I thought that it was going to be the reverse for me as I got older, that Nintendo games would become less exciting and the more adult games on PlayStation and Xbox would be more appealing. But to be honest, the Nintendo games excite me more right now. The games like Switch Sports and kind of those party games where really I don't care as much about playing video games alone anymore. It's when you get to play with people, it's a lot of fun. But
did you ever get Wii Sports yet?
Switch Sports?
Switch Sports.
No, I'm waiting for them to add golf. It's supposed to come this fall. Once they do that, I'll buy it. Free DLC.
Again.
Just saying.
Is Switch Sports kind of like Wii Sports?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're equivalent of it.
Different sports, but the same.
And they've got soccer where you put the Joy-Con, there's a strap, and you put the Joy-Con on your leg. So I like that they're still keeping the physical action aspect of it that Wii Sports had.
Yeah. And it's not gimmicky. Like, it almost seems like they put a lot of thought into how to execute it.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and forth of getting a Switch again. But it won't happen probably.
Let's talk about Pokemon.
What, the new games?
There's a new game coming out.
Scarlet, Violet?
Scarlet and Violet.
The way Ashton talks, he's sold on it already.
I have bought every Pokemon release since the original generation, so I have to buy it.
Did you get both versions?
I never owned red and blue. I bought yellow.
No, I think
Are you going to buy both of the versions, though?
Oh, you're talking about the new ones?
Yeah. Are you going to get Scarlet and Violet?
What I want to do is buy one and make Jesse buy the other. But Tanner has already told me that he will be buying. So I will probably wait for him to choose, and then I'll just choose the other one. But if they make the Professors game exclusive,
is that what? Are they going to do that?
I think that is a possibility.
Have they done that before?
No. There's always only been one professor.
Wow.
But if there's two, I'm going with the spicy female
Of course.
professor. Yeah.
Of course. I didn't know that was an option. As of right now, I'm not getting it. And every time I say that, he does that same look, and then he says, "You're getting it." That's what he does. And I've only bought one Pokemon game in my entire adult life.
Let me remind you that this is the first
Online co-op
Pokemon game that will have full online co-op.
Here's the thing.
Need he say more?
Yes. Because I could give a damn about any of the new Pokemon right now. None of the starters excite me.
They've only released 6.
Again, they released 3 of the starters. And here's the thing. Yeah, I think you know me pretty well. If it's not Gen 1, I don't care.
Well, I would say that your Shining Pearl says differently.
True.
When's the last time you guys played that?
This week.
The man's played it this week.
Didn't see that.
I just got Gyarados to level 100. I got Gengar to level 100. I got Dragonite to level 100. I have a lot of level 100 Pokemon. But that's the thing. A lot of those Pokemon in that game are Pokemon that I remember from childhood.
They will have Gen 1 Pokemon in the new games.
I don't think Jesse can get behind restarting every Pokemon game.
He will.
I think once he's leveled up all his people, he's like, I'm good. I don't want to do it again.
We'll be the week before, and I'm going to say, Jess, wouldn't it be great if we played the new game together in the basement?
That's all he needs to say.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what sucks about it. That's what sucks about my personality, is that if you say, I'm doing it.
We had this earlier with the Judge jersey.
My reaction is, damn it, I'm with you. And it's a problem of mine.
Yeah. Blessing and a curse, I guess.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is that a positive?
You're blessed with friendship.
Your boy suffers from FOMO.
Big FOMO.
It's a medical condition at this point.
Yes. The FOMO is real with Jesse.
It really is. But
He could be out somewhere having a good time, but because he knows that we're somewhere else, he's
sitting at home not doing anything.
He's going to get pissed off that he's out, not with us.
That's 100% the truth. And I don't want to get into that this week. But damn it.
He'll get it.
If I were to decide on my own, here's the thing. Nothing about the game wants me to buy the game. But when Ashton says, I'll come over on Sunday, we're going to play it for 6 hours together. I mean, I'm putting it in my cart, making a purchase. It's the memories that tied into whatever it is I don't want to miss out on.
Can we talk about the fact that...
Damn it!
Can we talk about the fact that Nintendo is selling both copies, so you can get both versions. You can either pay $60 or you can get both for $119.98.
Save a penny.
That's how they're doing it.
It's so stupid, man.
And if you pre-order, you get a exclusive in-game backpack.
I do have a question, though.
Hit me with it. Is it for me or Ashton?
I'm wondering if they are going to have a limited edition Pokemon Switch for the new.
They will.
New
I got the email yesterday, and it looks good.
I see it.
I got the email from Nintendo yesterday, but it's not available until November.
Oh.
And again, is there photos of it?
Yeah, scroll through those.
Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is insane. Yeah, that Switch is insane.
I really like the back of it. I don't know what Pokemon are on the back of it.
That's the thing. None of us know.
Oh, did you see the dock? The Pokeball in the corner?
Wow.
Yeah, it's top tier.
It's releasing in November, so you have a little bit of time to decide. It is an OLED version.
Jesse has gone to the closet.
Jesse's closet.
Speaking of the new Pokemon and the the new region, a lot of it's based on the Hisuian region from Arceus, right?
Hisui.
Right.
This card is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so all the Pokemon are new. We don't really know any of them yet. This is the first time since I've been a fan of Pokemon, well, in my adult era, that there's a new generation coming out, and I'm starting from scratch with all the new Pokemon. Because it's been 3 years since the new game.
When are they going to switch it up from Sword and Shield in the TCG?
They already have.
Oh, they have?
Scarlet and Violet is
This
the
is
new
all
era.
Arceus.
So November is
What is the set called right now? The one that just came out.
Lost Origin.
Sword and Shield Lost
Sword
Origin.
and Shield, right?
November is Sword and Shield. There's one more set in November, and then January is the new era of Pokemon.
Which is...
Scarlet and Violet.
So that's what it's called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, I wish I remember the name of the
Do you
new
know how
set.
long they do life cycles for different things?
3 years.
So Sword and Shield was 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy because that was through the Diamond and Pearl remakes and then Arceus.
Yeah. Every 3 years.
It feels so much
12
longer.
12 sets every 3 years, and then a new one comes out.
It feels so much longer. I feel like we have Sword and Shield forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't learn that until this year, that was the life cycle.
Well, we'll definitely keep the people posted about Jesse's future OLED Switch Pokemon edition.
Yeah. It looks really good.
I think you can get a solid $200 for your Switch.
Yeah, I don't know. I saved that just for you, actually. I have a couple if you want them. Yeah, and again, it's like every time I talk to Ashton, he's like, "Yeah, you're buying it," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." But then I look at reviews and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not really into it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but does the Switch come with the game?
Of course not.
The Switch should come with the game. But Nintendo has released exclusive consoles that don't come with the game.
Yeah, Animal Crossing did not come with Animal Crossing. This one's my favorite.
Really, the Parasect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I like the Gengar because it has the 3 sisters in it.
Right.
I don't think it comes with the game.
I'm sure it doesn't because Nintendo.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. It's probably the full price of a regular Switch.
Do you like the new design of the certain cards have that like
The reverse hollows?
it's even on the regular cards. I don't remember there's a term for it where like the gas is coming out of the photo. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. I love that Switch design.
Mm-hmm. That box is gorgeous. I think I might have to purchase.
Here's the thing, even if you don't play it, it's a
Guaranteed.
yeah, it's worth money.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's sick. And and I don't mean to harp on Pokemon too long, but none of the starters pique my interest. Normally, the fire type Pokemon is always a safe bet because he looks badass, but even it just doesn't look good.
There's been gens like that, though. The black and white era, I was that way. None of them, I didn't like any of them. And what I do is I just don't train them. I get far enough in the game where I can catch another of their type, and then that's it.
Really?
You don't have to train them.
And they didn't even announce the final form of any of them yet.
No, they'll either wait until release or wait until release.
You figure it out, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that they have revealed as many of them as they have. With Arceus, they only did the Hisuian form of Voltorb, which was great. They dedicated a video to him, and he looked all happy.
That was great.
So, excellent game.
There's a V full art in the new set of Electrode. Hisuian Electrode. Looks really cool. Yeah, they did a good job with that one.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. We'll see. If it was my choice alone, I would say I'm not getting it, but I think I'm getting it.
Not to change the subject completely, but we've got Overwatch 2 coming out next month.
Is that true? There's actually a release date for it.
October.
Now, that's a game time purchase for you?
I just really don't like Blizzard.
Now, is that something you can separate because you know you're going to have fun with the game no matter what?
And the fact that they are continuing to add characters, and the characters suck. There's nothing about the game that makes me excited. They've slightly changed, I think, made the characters more dull. Brigitte looks more dull. Sombra looks more dull. And I want to see what they're going to do with the cosmetics from Overwatch 1. Will those transfer over completely? Because we've got a lot of time and money in those.
Not day one, I know that.
Which is just incredible. That is the money-making portion of their game. And if your boy can't play a schoolgirl diva, we're going to have a problem.
I like how you didn't just say time into it. You said time and money into this.
Exactly. But here's the thing. They see us spending more money if we can't transfer our stuff over.
I have to draw a line there, though.
Yeah. So,
because there are skins that, unless you were there at the time that those were released, you cannot get them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Do you transfer those over? Yeah, you should be able to transfer them over. I mean, it's a clear cut. And here's the thing. This day and age, you know it's not going to be day one feature. Yeah, you can transfer over your previous. It's going to be
coming soon.
It's going to be in 2 years or a year. It's going to be so dumb. That should be the number one focus.
our team's working hard on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, I hated that. It's fascinating that your number one focus should be keeping your current player base happy with a new game coming out and then adding additional players. They're coming out with this whole new game that is it's different versions of the same map. It's making a map nighttime, And no new characters as of yet. And it's been delayed beyond belief. But they're still going to come out with it. But nothing to appease your current player base.
So there is a new character.
Is there?
Yes. They are switching it from 6-man to 5-man teams. And really the only difference is that they're adding instead of it being an event exclusive game mode, PvE, in addition to the PvP. So the archive events, they'll have some story mode with the characters where you can play that all the time. Which I actually like that form of Overwatch. But I don't see how changing competitive to 5v5 is going to change the game.
It's not a positive or a negative. It's just a change. I see it as a negative though. Because now that tank position, if you want to play tank, it's almost like it's going to be harder to choose tank now because there's one tank per 30-minute match.
Right, and Doomfist is now considered a tank.
Yeah.
Don't buy the game.
Tim says don't buy
I'm not buying it until I see what Ashton does.
It definitely won't be a day one purchase for me.
Yeah,
I'll have
exactly.
to see because we're playing on console and Overwatch has always prioritized PC. And they have shown a tendency to prioritize the upper levels of competitive, especially the Overwatch League,
Rather than
with
the
how
bottom
they,
feeders.
with how they balance the game.
The majority of their players.
Yeah.
Right. So that definitely won't be a day one, but I will stay abreast of the situation.
I would say that game will probably not even be on your radar for at least 6 months.
I also hate that Jeff is no longer there. It worries me.
I keep telling you this, but I always loved when the Christmas time came around and you had him in front of the Yule log.
The Yule log.
Yeah, back
That
in
was
the
fun.
day.
That 6-hour live stream. We were at Uncle Louie and at Pam's house when we turned that on. Did you remember that?
Yes.
We were like, trust me, this is Yule log.
Jesse did. He turned on Jeff on the
Just
Yule
sitting
log.
there with
There
his
would be an
crossed.
extended period of times where he just wouldn't talk. He would
Yeah.
just sit there.
Yeah. And just sometimes stare straight at the camera. I don't know how they did that, but it was amazing.
That was the best version of Overwatch.
It was.
It's just such a shame. It was so good.
I feel like most companies, when they get something good that they don't realize was going to be what they thought it was going to be, and it turns out amazing, they always find a way to screw it up.
It's like you don't need to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's immoral how bad they blew it.
Yeah. I agree. It's like they were trying to hey, we're riding this wave of being really good. Let's take a risk and push it even further.
There was no other game like it. And they were trying to adopt the models of other games where it's like new character every 3 months. So keep the content going. It's like, we don't need that. We need you to balance the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was better when there was 20-something characters.
The day that Brigitte was introduced was the beginning of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Her, Moira, whatever his face is with the rocks, the gravity.
Doomfist,
Sigma.
Pretty much everything after Brigitte was negative.
Yeah.
Orisa was an okay ad.
I love Orisa.
Orisa's truly a tank character. It was all the hybrids where Brigitte's DPS and healer and Moira's DPS and healer.
Yeah.
And Echo is just
Yeah.
Ashton,
Yeah,
you're
I agree.
alive.
I agree. No, I agree.
Please change the topic so that I can
You're right. Let's bounce off. of
calm
Overwatch.
down.
Getting heated over there.
I think we beat the games to beat it to death. But well, I'd like to find a game that all three of us were getting into at the same time. It's yet to ever happen. Bless you.
I think we're all so different in our game category that even if two of us find a game that they like, the other one won't want to.
What about an MMO?
We were all into Overwatch though.
We were just at
Different
different
times.
times.
And never together. You two were into it at the same time, but never played
it
together. We did. I'm saying all three of us.
Yeah.
You two were into it at the exact same time, but on different platforms, so you never got into it together.
Before crossplay. And then...
So are you just not into it anymore, and you just moved past it and never want to revisit?
Oh, yeah, I'm never going to revisit it. I've gone so far from revisiting it that when I try to get on my Blizzard account, I don't even remember my password, so I can't log in. And when it says change password, I am so lazy I don't. So
That's fair.
I haven't logged into Blizzard in forever.
That's fair.
But I still... Things get heated, Jess, when I tell Ashton about all the times I've tried to get you into Overwatch and how you bashed and bashed and bashed me.
The man raises his voice.
I know.
That was the good Overwatch days too, Ashton. I was trying to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he throws himself into the bad Overwatch days.
Here's the thing. I don't know what the difference was. But
well, the only newest character was Ana.
it's the fact that Ashton came over with the game and console and was like, we're going to play this for the day. Was just have fun. We'll have a game day. You don't do that.
Well, for one,
You say,
we lived
try
together.
this game out. Yeah, but it was before that even.
I wanted to see if you would play it, but you wouldn't play it.
It wasn't a personal thing. It wasn't like because Ashton brought it in.
It was personal because he even told other people not to play the game.
It was before I played it. I don't know. I don't know what the reason was. It was timing, Tim. You can't argue with timing.
It was very much one of those. The game's so cartoony, it looks dumb, and then just like
I'll try it one
he
day.
gets all into that, and then it's like, I don't know about that anime stuff. It doesn't look very good. It's the Food Wars. It's very strange. And then,
Still is strange.
and then out of nowhere, he says, "Oh, I watched a couple episodes of My Hero Academia the other day, and I really liked it."
But it's okay. That's circumstance. I'll never watch it by myself.
Let me just throw my hand on this table.
I know.
We're gonna change that on the cabin trip, Jess.
I know we will. I know. Well, if you could do streaming full time, you think you would? If let me say it this way: if you had the opportunity, a company came to you and said, "Hey, we will pay you a reasonable living to stream this game 8 hours a day," would you do it? You get to pick the game. Would you do it?
Yeah.
8 hours, full time.
Yeah. I don't know who wouldn't do that.
I mean, I'm just trying to... Because I get tired of games after a certain amount of time. Think about it. You can't... Have you found a game to this day that you're still happy with that you can play full time? 8 hours a day. 40 hours a week.
I feel like if it's a multiplayer game, it would help with that.
So what would be your game right now? That exists right now?
Me.
That I would have to stream 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. Tim, you got one already?
A game that I would stream 8 hours a day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
RuneScape?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be your full-time job.
I would love that. I would even play 10 hours a day.
You have to have a mic on you and be the streamer.
That's fine. But also, part of my...
You're not a millionaire.
No.
You're making a living.
You said a comfortable living.
Comfortable. I mean, okay. Let's set parameters.
But if I'm doing everything from my house, then I would have really no expenses leaving, spending money.
Yeah, that's true. Not like you're driving a Lamborghini,
but
I mean, you're making a living.
But also another thing that I always wanted to do was this just might be my childhood, but I always wanted to do professional Call of Duty.
Specifically Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. Well,
really?
Well, back then, I mean, Call of Duty's kind of now.
Yeah, although Modern Warfare 2 is coming out. Don't act like you're going to buy it.
Listen, Modern Warfare 2 coming back out in all its glory, I'm very excited for. Jake's going to get it day one, so I don't have to get it day one. But I can still play it.
You can watch and see.
I can play it.
If you like it, yeah.
So, I mean, besides Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2 is probably my favorite, my second favorite title. I would replay that campaign. Obviously, the online is amazing. I hope they keep everything the same. Having akimbo shotguns halfway through the map.
At Carnival?
Killing everybody. I was the model 1887s.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of my entry into online Call of Duty.
In all its glory.
Those were the good days. That was my first DLC I ever bought, was Carnival on Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, and they had all the old Modern Warfare maps too on there.
So is this a remake of Modern Warfare 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not like, hey, we're using the title, but it's all new stuff.
You never watched the trailer?
Not yet. So you think you can do Call of Duty 10 hours a day?
Yeah. I did that growing up.
That's a good point. What about you? Quit your job, full-time streamer. Yeah? No question?
I would do chess with the Bodez sisters.
Oh my!
Oh, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
That's actually a hard question. I feel like that I would have to choose a multiplayer game where I could play with people all the time, because I guess you would have to specify the parameters further. Would it be you're just streaming it to no one? Do you have an audience of 10,000 people? What is it? Because I feel like your chat involvement would also keep you excited or not excited about the game. But
or you could just throw a fit like XQC does all the time and just speak gibberish.
That would be me.
Into the mic.
Yeah, they don't do it as much anymore, but the role playing that they were doing in GTA 5 is actually really funny.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be fun. So
they kind of did that in Gary's mod too for a while. Mm-hmm. That was funny too.
I tell you what, Jess, I might have to do Overwatch.
Wow. Really?
If it was a game to play with other people, because it's a different game when you're playing with other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that, yeah.
So let me okay. Yeah. So let me add a caveat to this, because this is an interesting rabbit hole to get down. Let's say I give you a year of what you're making right now to quit your job and start up a following on Twitch. Dedicate your full time to eventually make this into a full-time career. In 1 year, I'm cutting off your money and you start making what you figured out on Twitch. Do you take that risk?
Hell no. Not a chance.
Do you? Do you think you have the work ethic and the dedication to build an audience?
I don't think if you had the best work ethic in the world,
so
that it's guaranteed.
On Twitch, it's a bit harder.
Yeah,
I would say if maybe it was on YouTube
or wherever. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Twitch.
I don't know.
Well, Twitch is just hard because of all the new things they're doing.
Yeah.
and they're only promoting like their top of the line.
Right.
And YouTube is still growing,
Yeah.
but
I don't think it'll still ever compete with that.
no, but
I say no matter what, until Twitch closes its doors, they're still going to be the number one streaming site for games.
Mm-hmm.
it's just harder for new content creators to get up on there
Exactly.
as opposed to what it was. But I don't know.
It's
tough.
like is game streaming like a dream job for you? Is that something you would like to do full time eventually? No. Do you have like a dream job, Tim?
If you could make enough where money wasn't an issue and you could do any job, what would it be?
I would say it always has been something to do with games.
Okay.
But I don't know if it would be a streamer or if I would just do videos and upload them. Or not even that, if I would just...
Like a developer, maybe?
Or if I would just...
A YouTuber.
Or if I would just travel and do professional. Because I always wanted to do Valorant, but that game is way too hard.
Mm-hmm.
I do watch all the Valorant competitions, though, on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
If you played 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you get pretty damn good at it.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about being talented at a video game is you don't have to be entertaining. As long as you're good
That's true.
and you get wins, you can make it.
Right.
Although I would say that, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of very, 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 very talented people that are not entertaining, that are not making it.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of got to be a dual skill that you got to have, you know?
Well, I would say there's also a lot of people in the professional world that don't even stream, that are on teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it goes both ways. Like I know a lot of people who play professionally in Valorant played professionally in CSGO before they switched to Valorant, which is kind of like the same thing. It's the same premise. Although CSGO for some reason CSGO and League, they've been around for 15 years, I would say, and they're still top 2 forever.
Yeah.
On Twitch and YouTube. So
So
I don't know.
Is that like a dream job for you? Do you have a dream job?
That's up there, but I don't know if I have like a dream job.
You don't have anything like towards the top of your head, like I'm going to quit tomorrow. I can do this and make a killing.
A killing?
Yeah. Money's not an object.
Where money becomes no longer an object.
I'll tell you one thing that I've wanted to do, but I don't know if it would be a dream job or just like a kill me job, but I would I would like to become a day trader.
Like stocks?
Yeah.
That's
Think
a
would
lot of
enjoy
stress,
that?
man.
Yeah.
You think I would enjoy that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a dream job for you?
Yeah, it's up there.
I don't know you at all.
Yes, you do.
I already never put that on my radar.
Yeah.
Known you for 26 years. That's what a dream job.
Yes.
Not that
The thrill of knowing that you can make $20,000 in one day off a trade.
or lose
Or
millions
lose.
and go into a Great Depression
Or lose.
and end your life.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And it really all started 2 years ago with the big meme
Crypto.
stocks.
I'm
meme
going to give
stock
you
trades.
a pass because I don't think that's a real
No, it
answer.
is. It is.
A dream job is to trade stocks.
Yes.
A day trader.
I don't know why that's so funny. You asked me what I would want to do every day.
That's not a hobby of anybody's. That's not.
There is a hobby of that. Are you kidding me? You guys. Oh my goodness.
Fascinated because, wow.
I would 100% do that if I could.
What if you're making $0? Okay, hear me out. You're making no money, but you have zero expenses. You're doing it just for the enjoyment of doing what you love to do. You get enjoyment every day waking up knowing I'm going to work doing this.
I wouldn't want to do anything.
But trade stocks?
No, I wouldn't want to do anything.
So you don't have a dream job then?
No.
Wow.
His dream job is unemployment.
There's as long It really is.
It's to wake up and go to bed.
If I could literally just wake up and just do whatever I wanted to do,
Well, yeah, that's everybody's thing.
there's no job that I want to wake up to and be like, I'm happy to go here.
I think I'm about to get mad at you. That's not like a... Yeah, you don't have a dream job.
No.
All right.
That's the same reason why people say you don't want to do something and go to college. You don't have a thing you want to do.
No, that's not the same thing. That's like a desire to do something.
No, but it's like you don't have like a goal or a dream that you want to go pursue. Like that's like the same. I've never had a drive or ambition.
Yep, and I get that. But at the same time, I have a favorite hobby in my life.
Right.
So hypothetically, that would be my dream job.
But if it becomes your job, then it's no longer a hobby.
Yeah, but again, taken aside, there's no money involved. You're not stressed over money. You're not making money. You're not losing money. If you can do one thing for the rest of your life.
No.
You would rather do nothing.
Yes.
Then stream for a living. Then collect shoes for a living.
No.
I don't get it. Really? All right.
I'm just gonna pass that.
You don't have a dream job.
No.
Wow. All right.
There's nothing that I have been wanting. Like there's no.
All right. Interesting.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't think that would ever be an answer from anybody.
Then what is your dream job?
I don't want to talk about it now.
Talk about it. It's something music related. I know that.
Well, yeah. You don't want to do anything for a living?
You asked me if I could do something or nothing.
You rather? That's not necessarily what I'm asking. I think I'm digging too hard. You'd rather be a day trader. I would have thought you would have picked like, I don't know.
I don't want to do shoes for a living because then I would just hate it. I wouldn't want to collect shoes after that. I wouldn't want to do something that I enjoy because then it wouldn't be enjoyable.
Yeah, I guess. And I would say like let's take that part out of it, but then we're getting too narrow of a thing. So all right.
Like if you had to wake up and play drums for 10 hours a day, would you still enjoy the drums 5 years later?
Well, that wouldn't be the aspect of the job. Because my dream job is to be, I have like 2 or 3 things, but one of them is like a travel musician, like in a band. That's like my number one dream for a long time. That's not playing drums 10 hours a day. I mean, that's practicing, yeah, but I could see doing it, enjoying it. NBA would be pretty awesome, but I know I can't do that. I think I could be in a band. So that would be my dream job. But yeah, I guess you're right. Like, I wasn't thinking about the drudgery of it, you know?
Well, I think at the beginning it would be great. But all the things that I enjoy doing in spurts.
Because they're hobbies.
Yeah.
That's what my dad always told me, never become a mechanic for a living. That's why he never did it.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
What about you, Ash?
My first one would be band. And then my second one would most likely be barista.
That's funny. It's funny you say that.
Barista?
Yep.
Now, are you talking like you do your own local stuff, or are you talking about being at an actual store?
Like Starbucks or a local coffee shop. I don't care. But I enjoy making coffee, and I enjoy the smell of coffee and the differing taste of how you both grind coffee and the science of the beans and roasting, and I could get all into all of that.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy making coffee because you're going to be making a lot of it in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Copper Hill, Tennessee. Yeah. It's funny because it's kind of along the same lines. My number one is in a band. Number 2 is, I think, a bartender. I think I would really like being a bartender. Not that I don't like drinking drinks. I think I would like the aspect of making people's drinks and having conversations with so many different people. And staying in one spot. I don't want to move for a job anymore. I think standing behind a bar and like I can control this 15-foot area. I can keep it clean. I can keep people happy. I can do that.
I think you need to take a mixology class.
I can do that. You know, that's like you can do that online and get
Can you?
certified.
I'm sure you can.
You can be a certified mixologist on like Groupon. It's a thing. You can get a certified license and then like go apply to be a bartender. Yeah. And you don't have to be a mixologist to be a bartender. That you get like a pay bump for being certified.
Well, listen, if you ever want to practice making drinks, just let us know. We'll come over and you can.
I can do that. Yeah. And I think a stand-up comedian would be kind of cool.
Stand-up comedy.
That's very stressful.
Is it though?
Yeah.
You have to make people laugh for a living.
Yeah. The challenge of like trying to figure out how to make people laugh.
Would have never thought that.
Really?
No.
I
I
don't
wouldn't
see
have
the
either.
I don't see the stress in it. Really? Yeah. I don't think so.
So just picture you're in front of like 2,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all looking at you, and you have to make them laugh.
I mean, 2,000 people. At that point, you're already funny. I'm thinking about a bar of 30 people. That's where you start.
Yeah, 30 to 100.
And that's when you learn. Yeah, you kind of...
And
If
you
you
make
make it to 2,000, at that point, you've already made it.
Okay, so you're in a room of 50 people and you make a joke.
I think that's even worse, though. The less people.
No, it is.
Mm-hmm.
The less people is worse.
And you do a joke and no one laughs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then you'd acknowledge it. Yeah.
And then you do your second joke and no one laughs.
Yeah. You write it out and then you go home sad.
No, I don't think
what are you
you
going to do? What are you going to do at that point?
Say, I'll never do that again.
Maybe. Yeah. But if that, again, this is if no money's involved.
And stand-up comics are weird.
Yeah.
Like, they are their own breed.
Yeah, some of them.
The ones that are good are their own breed.
Yeah. They're definitely a crazy personality. Yeah. I like the aspect of, I don't even know if it's just stand-up comedy. I like the idea of traveling for a living. I like the idea of making people laugh, or not even that, making people smile, giving the aspect of like having someone looking forward to going to a bar at the end of the night and getting laughs, having them have something to look forward to at the end of the night, and you being responsible for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then just hanging out with a ton of other comics and friends at the same time every night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that part I like.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of it. I don't think I could do it. I mean, I don't think I could ever do it in this lifetime. But all of those aspects of the job sounds kind of cool.
So you like the idea of making people happy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think maybe that's what it boils down to. Not even making people happy, making people laugh for half a second, maybe, to forget normal life. I think is kind of cool.
You could do that being a streamer.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, but you don't get the in-person reaction, you know? I like the idea of immediate feedback, I guess. Yeah.
That one threw me for left field, though.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. So we'll forget that.
I think it's a good thought exercise. But
Yeah. I don't think I could do it. Even now, I don't think I can do it for a living, but I like the idea of that being a job. Like if I looked at that question as if you were dropped into a job right now, what would you pick? I think a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
Whether that be on a TV show or a traveling comedian.
You would choose it over being in a band.
Nope.
Okay.
Band's number one. Well, listen, guys, we're coming up on 4 hours.
Are we really?
Yeah. How fun was this?
It didn't feel like 4 hours.
I know. That's the fun of doing this, and I'm glad we're doing this.
I will say this is probably the fastest one we've done.
Yeah, I think so. It's felt the fastest.
Yes.
It's not the fastest. It's by far the longest.
It is the longest, but
It's felt the best. Yeah.
100%.
So I've had a lot of fun. Movie for next week, Nightcrawler.
Okay.
Right? We're going to figure that out.
As long as we can find it.
Yeah, and I'm 99% sure it's on Netflix. But if not, we will take a hard pivot and I'll text you guys in the middle of the week and we'll do something different.
I'll check tomorrow
That's
to
fine.
see if it's, actually I might check tonight.
Let's look right now.
Yeah.
We'll just, because I'm sure we're going to be hanging out for a little bit. All right, guys. Well, listen, I love you both. And I'm really, really happy we're doing this. Episode 3 has come to a close.
It has.
And we will look forward to Thursday of next week.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
All right.